All right, so I'll open up with a quick introduction to what's going on for Trev and a refresher for you guys. I'll start out telling it a little bit more from Tar's perspective because Arian's not here. And
no, he's not.
So Tar, giant deer man, kind of wandering the woods after coming back to his village from like a quick hunting trip or something. Like everybody's sick, dead, or dying. And within a couple of days, everybody's dead. So in his people's fashion, he took pretty much the burnable elements from their homes, erected a gigantic pyre, and dragged and burned pretty much everybody in his entire village. Believes himself to be the last of his kind up until he hears from Arian and a few rumors around of other giant furbolgs of his variety possibly being around. They run into Roslyn and Stoff and Brawny and Job along the way.
And Tatiana.
And Tatiana, who we'll introduce when she gets here, because she kind of matters, but kind of, you know, if she dies, oops.
Whoopsies.
But anyway, they get together and discover that the Empire is corrupt. The court wizard is possibly puppeting the Emperor. The Emperor is already, you know, bloodthirsty, genocidal maniac. Killed his father and took his stepmother as his bride and promptly had a son and daughter. Son is definitely dead. Anybody remember what happened to the princess?
Princess is still in the castle that we're in.
So, and Giron would know that, and Arian obviously didn't care because
I am Giron.
Yeah, so the Emperor is dead. The court wizard is dead, but not gone forever because you all know that when you kill a trans-dimensional being of super high level, they are merely banished from the plane they are on, and then they go and regenerate back on their homeland. Arian had this master plan to which he then divulged to their subject of, you're on the astral sea now. This is amazing. You've transgendered dimensions. Transdimensionally traveled, that's what I meant.
Oh.
Those IPAs, though. Alright, so, yeah, you all had a master plan, which Arian promptly, you know, told to your quarry, unfortunately. And he found himself dragged with the freshly banished Arelot, presumably to Gehenna, the chaotic, evil plane. Or is it lawful evil?
Amber, look what we're doing on the show.
I don't know how to open it.
Either way, where is this map? Here.
We're the best. Independent.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the original artist of that. I couldn't find it online.
Yeah,
There's
so
many re-uploads.
This is borrowed art, not stolen. Borrowed art.
Borrowed art. Nobody made a
And
dime off of it.
kudos to whoever did this.
It's detailed.
Yeah, Gehenna. It is. Definitely in the lower planes. Come on now. It says whether or not they're good or evil as well. Oh, planes. Oh, so it's a chaotic evil. Chaotic evil.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah. So yeah.
Typical.
Arian crapped the bed, told him that you're gonna go kill him, and then kill him in his bed back at home. Quality canvas on this map.
Duet, right? I dig it.
Love it.
It holds the ink pretty well.
It's groovy. I'm ready when that comes this way. All right. My body is willing. You find yourselves in the throne room. Presumably, castle is coming down on lockdown, and you want to toss the throne room and loot all the bodies and all the buddies
There
in
were
there.
2 guards and the king.
And the court wizard.
Court wizard.
Court wizard
Oh.
was banished and dragged Arian with him.
I'm gonna go straight for the king since I'm already right in
I
front
called
of him.
dibs on. I was right next to him too. I called dibs on his belt.
Mhm.
I was savage. Ransacked.
It's destroyed. The belt is destroyed.
So do I find anything in your king?
Same.
So, oddly enough, most of his body was destroyed, and you don't even find like any regular jewelry. You find a lot of scorched flesh. There is a great whatever weapon he had. I believe he had a great axe. You do find a great axe. It's a quality construction. Anybody who casts Identify or whatever on it, I'm just going to meta so that you don't waste the spell. It's non-magical. It's just a sharp, high-quality, castle-forged.
Garon and Fink are going to go ahead and watch the 2 egresses to the throne room.
Fink is the name of the alligator?
Yeah.
Okay. Never thought to ask.
I
For
take
me,
the axe.
we don't care about your pets.
Nope, no one gave a shit.
No, you can't do
No one
that.
knew his name was
Why not?
Fink.
I was gonna give it to Fabiana.
He's like
She's the
mechanical, right?
orc.
He's the robot. He's the robot
So-
alligator.
So am I.
No.
Don't have a bro. It's just a
I'll
normal
give you
axe.
money.
All right, you are now meta to keep things just kind of rolling since we're just getting warmed up. Y'all are faced with a decision on trying to escape the castle as a unit, leave somebody in control, to take the throne, assuming there's possibly going to be a battle, etc., so forth, or possibly just directly pursue Arelot and Arian.
I could kill anyone, so I will just say that I'm still on the I'd like to take the throne train.
Do we even understand that Arian was taken, like, do we know what world Arian
Well, he
vanished into?
would have been told.
I would assume he left to Gehenna with Arelot. And it is probably good that Arian left me with the amulet of the plains.
Yeah, that worked out nicely, didn't it?
It certainly did.
We should probably rest if we do mean to pursue them immediately.
I agree. For like at least a day.
Yeah. We definitely need to take a rest, because I blew through many of my spells and my beast form, so at least a short rest.
What a
We just
long
got off
rest.
the
I'm
wall.
pretty sure I'm like close to death over here. Not looking too good, guys. I know this armor's pretty big, but underneath, I'm a little broken.
If I may interrupt, we still have a queen and a daughter to kill.
That's true.
Why to kill?
Because with the king dead, everyone's gonna be after us, and if they see the whole family dead, then they can't really do much now, can they?
I would argue that they could still harm us, even if, and especially if, we killed the entire royal family.
He makes a good point.
Without being seen.
Roll a perception check to see if you see his room here in the throne room, and if you would be able to find the way to his room.
I'm just gonna go with no. I rolled a 2, so I don't get too many bugs. 5.
You suddenly realize you're inside.
Nice.
Like inside the keep, he just realized.
Hey guys.
He rolled a 2 perception.
Wow. Good to have you with us, young.
All right. So yeah, there's no loot to be
You
had.
can search for
Like,
the queen if you like.
it seems kind of obvious. People in armor and uniforms and people who are living in a palace don't have any need to carry.
I mean, someone's going to be coming into the throne room soon. We need to figure out how we want to do that.
Yes, and getting out of the throne room, let alone the keep and the city, while already wanted, could prove difficult.
I say we should declare myself the king and make the religion Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I have the teleportation circle.
That's what I
Since
think.
we were-
It
I
takes like a
sliced
week
your
to
shit off. What
create.
you
I
do?
was just, thought we
Does
were
it
kind of
though?
doing some
'Cause I thought,
brainstorming.
well, I guess
That's
to
my
get
idea.
back, though,
My idea
Anybody
is
else?
slice your shit off and I get
I knew the one
Slice my head off?
No, the
circle,
king.
but it was in like
No,
Like,
unless
slice
you want
your
to
head
fight
off.
for.
Not if I slice his head off first.
I already did it.
Well, not if I do
Now
it
you're gonna have to
again.
fight her for it.
Oh,
I think I helped a lot, so I think
you might
I'm
want to speak up about
call
that.
dibs.
Call me
Dibs.
Skippy on that
I
one.
don't know if you can dibs on
On a rightful
kingship.
throne.
I thought we were a team in taking down the king, so figured whoever called dibs first, kind of took
Nah.
it.
Yeah.
if you
Doesn't work that
I
way.
think
The
maybe we
human
should
that
have a
just
vote.
realized he was here.
If you are going by your system of dibs, I believe there is a
Turn that off
halfling
if you
necromancer that
Taskbar.
bears the ownership of the dibs to the title
I just called it though.
ruler of
A
Orkenhofen.
halfling.
Roll
A
history
halfling
or intelligence
necromancer.
check.
Do they both?
I believe you have
Intelligence.
familiarized yourself with him.
16.
Yeah,
You
we
would
chased
know
him off.
of the plot
What,
of
3
the
nights ago?
halflings and gnomish to overthrow the generally orcish government in Orkenhofen, and you would know of said halfling necromancer and his very outspoken claiming of kingship of Orkenhofen as being a original peoples type complaint.
So, basically, as a human, I don't got a shot. What you saying?
Just as a claimant, you would be a much more recent claimant versus the founding peoples.
Yeah, but like,
Original
but since we killed the
Indigenous.
king, doesn't that?
indigenous would be a good word, yeah. Indigenous peoples' rights.
Since we killed the king, though, I mean, why did they get the dibs? Like we did it, so it's
Under
we're taking
the
over.
under like and with your
Is it
intelligence
just like a hostile takeover?
yeah.
type
So
thing?
with your
Basically.
intelligence roll, you would also know that under Orcish law, killing the emperor in a fair combat type killing would also be a claim on kingship. You would understand that, but you also would know that you would be wanted, considered a traitor, so on and so forth, and then you went into the throne room and assassinated him until a possible blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, he had a demon warlock person with him, and that's pretty fair if I.
You'd have to find evidence to show them.
You have intelligence, I leave it to you.
I mean, Arelot's gone, so.
So you can find it out right here, right now. Like, you know what you can do, but it's literally between you, though. I can't do anything as the GM.
Well, you know what? It seems like it's more trouble than it might be worth. So I'm just gonna praise Jesus.
I could just teleport us all out of here, but it would be to the my home village, which I think you had said that it was like would take a week to get back without.
Without another circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have time to rest.
Be okay
Yeah.
because we could leave from there with the pendant,
Mm-hmm.
go to Gehenna. As long as all of us are welcome in your city.
Send
What were
me
you saying
sub-
about a gnome being the true heir to the throne?
Not true heir. There's a halfling necromancer that you've seen kill the prince on stage.
Oh yeah.
He didn't
Um,
die?
Do you want to?
Skipping it.
He fled like a coward.
Oh,
Let me burn that one.
In it from a burning building.
that we blew up. Huh?
No,
we
him
killed
and
him.
5 of his goons got away.
And then
You guys
Her-
let some loose ends get away.
her hometown is a semi-subterranean gnomish
You're-
village to the north.
They just disappeared. I know.
You guys are gonna be tired
18
anymore.
perception,
I see
huh?
advantages to that.
Whatever.
What do I know?
So we could,
Those
Stay
Lightfoot
here and
halflings,
find
though,
him.
man.
but
That's true. Halflings can be nuts and when they don't want to.
But then again, if I have this circle here that I've already created, then after, like, if it takes time for us to rest and then go to.
somebody could destroy it though, and then we couldn't use it.
That's true. But we could still use the amulet then.
Or we travel with gear on to a different plane.
Certainly.
We could do.
I kind of like traveling to a different plane as an option. To be honest, because it gives us time to also rest but find him.
We could travel to just the gnome city so that we could rest before having to go find everybody.
How long will it take you to create a teleportation circle?
Not long at all. I think I could started preparing it when we were in the dungeon, so it should be good to go. And I have a spell already.
Well, it's like a concentration one. So basically, you have to like draw a circle.
Casting time 1 minute.
Oh no.
Okay. Just making sure.
Rearrange it in my fingers. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Precious gems worth 50 gold, which the spell consumes. Do you have that?
Oh no, I don't have any
I
gold.
do. No, I have a
All
Yeah, all of our money
Like
got
a
stolen.
ruby or a sapphire?
I've got a rare
I want to get
amethyst
reimbursed
that-
on that, by the way. Like, we're in the
Have
castle, right?
Have you looted the dungeon?
Does that sound like a?
I think that was
yeah.
happening while Garon and Fink were keeping watch.
Mhm.
Did anybody find
We
anything?
looted the lockers and.
That-
But that was
Don't
just.
you answer that.
already
Well, did it? Yeah. Did anybody write down what they found?
No, it
Yeah,
was
we
just.
did.
It was just gear, no money.
Rose wrote down the axe and the other goodies.
It was just a bunch of mundane garbage, right?
Yeah.
So, did you guys ever loot the Archmage's quarters?
He's gone.
Quarters.
Oh, the quarters?
Yeah.
Is that close? Should
We
we
don't
leave?
know.
I
We
don't
should
know.
leave the main throne room and.
I hardly know where we
It's
are,
like,
actually. So.
Well, like out of game, it's gonna be several stories up. Oh. Like this is base level shit. Well, we could have mini dungeon running through the castle.
I don't have any of those images ready.
I know.
There might be some
We
in there.
can just use
Or
our
you can find some on the
imagination.
Such is the
Yeah.
life of being.
Yeah,
human.
like who wants to do a dungeon crawl?
I want to do an Archmage steal all my
That's
shit
kinda what it
crawl.
is.
Yeah, the thing is, like, we're gonna
We
see
could
how
stop
lucky
there
you
and
get
the
because I got nothing.
Yeah.
You could take it from playing.
The dice will be,
They know about a
Like-
scrying
Yeah.
stone,
yeah.
Oh God, that's right. I really wanted that.
which is
That's
pretty
right.
much like Lord of the Rings
I
Palantir.
really,
Yeah.
really want that, and that's gonna be up for grabs if we teleport immediately.
Well-
So, Tar really wants to go loot the mage's quarters.
Yeah, let's
I forgot
go.
about that.
Oh, sweet. So you're on
Really want
board.
this.
I'm
Yeah.
on, I, would,
Okay,
I mean, that was my. I
We're
wanted
gonna do
100%.
this. How much
I
gold
just
did
don't
you
know where
guys
the
have
quarters
like
are.
Stop. I'm
taken
gonna
from
hand
you when
you
you
a
before you
rare
went to jail?
amethyst.
How much gold did you have before you went to jail?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I had like 50 and then like
60 or
I think I had like 9 silver and like
47?
12
Okay.
copper.
gold.
So you have
Alright.
your components for the teleportation.
Thank you.
I've got 100 gold and some change.
40 silver.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys were kind of broke anyway. So
We're
I was
Um,
hella broke.
yeah, if y'all want to do a dungeon crawl, there'll be some light at the tunnel for you. All right. Cool.
I'm not in it for the money though.
Clearly.
I have nothing greater.
Yeah, you just want to murder some half orcs and.
Give me the green.
No, I'm not a murderer.
I gotcha. It's fine.
So, a couple things of note is Garon will know this like the back of his hand. Because
Yeah.
I live here and have a room in the keep.
Oh, hey Garen, is there any secret passages we could utilize?
Put it out.
So what I'll do is I'll give you advantage on all navigation rolls, and that'll also give you guys. If you do pass without a trace, you'll also have advantage based on his navigation and like knowing like he's an autist, so he would know the guards' schedules
We no longer have the tiny hut, which
and
is a kick in the
all that
ass.
stuff. So with his navigation and your pass without a trace, you'll also have advantage on stealth because Giron would know the shadows to like stop at before going around a corner on a guard's usual route, etc.
Yeah, that's fair.
He'd also know like the lockdown procedures because he's an autist and he's been in the castle forever.
Okay, so we can ask him technically.
Yeah, and his answer is going to be 47.
42.
Whatever.
Well, I suppose I will lead the way, seeing as I'm the only one here who knows the upper levels of the keep.
That's good.
Alright, so anybody in plate except for Rose is rolling
He's a
straight
neutral.
rolls.
I'm in play.
Yeah, so you're rolling straight rolls because you're going to have advantage because his navigation
Right,
plus
I
his
got you.
pass without a trace. You're going to get straight rolls.
So I don't have to.
Correct.
I don't have this as a
That's what I said, everybody except for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're in Mithril plate, so you don't roll at disadvantage
Okay.
on stealth rolls. But anybody else in plate is rolling straight because of his.
What's stealth? It's dexterity, right?
Dexterity.
Well, roll some
Alright, I'm gonna. So, Giron is taking you through a passageway behind the throne, which you already knew was there. But it heads down a narrow corridor to a kind of receiving room. There's a large, broad, what seems to be a single slab table. It's about 4.5 feet wide and about 8 feet long. There's just benches along either side and what seems to be a less ornate throne at the head of the table. And that's what you see in this area.
So like a fancy dining room. But like a
Make
daily,
a
not
perception check
formal.
real quick. Just to see what kind of room it is. 6. Yeah, it could be a fancy dining room. There's like some cups on the table. Some paper. Humans always like have something to wipe their faces on. Maybe they use papers for that. But there is also maybe a map and some table weights on the corners of it as well.
Is there any food on the table?
Make a perception check.
18 plus.
What's perception?
Perception's wisdom. 22. Yeah, there's a little bit of food, but it doesn't look like a dining table to you.
Doesn't look like to me.
It looks like kind of a discussion, briefing, or receiving for more officious business than would be received in the throne room. Like a boardroom, conference room.
Okay. Is there,
Yeah, like there's.
does it look like there's any like
Yeah.
documents of use in there?
Make
Like
an intelligence check.
Battle plan, maybe. 20, Nat.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Yeah, there's intelligence back here. You see that on this map that's held down with weight stones. There's a map of the kingdom, yes, but a large area to the west as well. And it's a relatively detailed map. It's got like noted mountain ranges, like a large desert area, a oasis, and you do not see what would look like embattlements or like built fortresses. In fact, there's a lot of unfilled in space beyond like topography.
Okay, I take the map and I say, hey guys, we got a new map. We'll go over it sometime.
Yeah.
Update yours.
It'll take me an hour, but yeah. So when we're done here.
But yeah, so yeah, you see that the world is much larger than you knew before.
Like, I would know that too.
You're seeing unknown territory to yourself.
Wow. This map's amazing, guys. I'll show you later. And I roll it up. Put it in the backpack.
Did you
Okay.
show him the map?
With my words.
It'll blow your mind. Oh.
That'd be
Meanwhile, I'm just like staring at a landscape painting of the countryside that's hanging on the wall.
Scally.
No. It's like a little bit nostalgic.
Oh.
If robots breathed, he sighed.
Just ain't what it used to be.
Anybody else want to do anything? Anybody? Somebody?
Does a dwarf walk in?
Yeah, I'm just getting prepared to continue.
Yeah, this is the golden opportunity. So
Should I jump
here comes Tenacious D comes out from the side hatch.
Feels and perfume.
And incense. All right,
So,
entry on a smooth, funky
You
groove.
guys
What do we see?
You guys are surrounded by the dead king? Or...
No. You came out from the side hatch, like perhaps out of a broom closet.
Okay. Alright.
Like you
I
told me.
got a grand entrance for you. All right, so like there's like a like an armoire, like a standalone closet against the wall, and then out jumps. He'll describe himself, but a dwarf with a broad axe in two hands, a buckler strapped to his back. So you got a shield if you want one.
Yeah, I do.
And he's got and he's got it, and he's like,
Come out, you dirty bastards!
Would I know him?
yeah, you'd recognize him, for sure.
And real quick, what's your name?
Thor's
Okay. Go ahead.
I smell orc blood over here. I'm looking to hunt more. But, and then I can't seem to find any. So I, like, just show up late to try and, enact some vengeance. And, everyone's already dead, pretty much. So,
Thorgrim. In case you are unacquainted with these folk, they are the current royal guard. The emperor is dead because they were slain by the imperial royal guard. Mind you, I'm a warforged, which is intelligent construct, 20 and 5 charisma, super autistic.
I turn to this dwarf and say, King's blood is almost dry. We're a bit late.
sure am. Shouldn't have stopped for those 6 beers.
Well, we've got plenty, and I kind of like hold out a small keg of mead. And by small, I mean like, a personal keg.
It's all jokes.
Personal
Yeah,
keg.
Sweet.
It's because of his size, it's like 2 gallons.
Stacked milk jugs.
Well, you mind, if I have a
Absolutely. And I tap. Do you have a cup?
of course a
Or
horn?
something? Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel that.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
You get drunk.
Roll a Constitution check.
Yeah.
Can I get a tankard of that too?
Well, yeah. I didn't know you drank, Joe.
Well, you know,
Well, let's see.
only after you kill a king, right? You only do that once in a lifetime. I
Yeah, I
think.
might as well fill my own.
Constitution.
I'm gonna fill my horn too.
Constitution check. It's not a
God
saving
of
throw. You do it to
tits
yourself.
and wine.
so-
yes.
10. Good. It's just one.
I was good.
Not quite.
Like, fuck it. You got an inspiration. So, just mark one inspiration.
So who
Uh,
are you? Were you
The top right there.
guard
look
to
at
this king, or were
Okay,
you
so
actually?
you can use that to re-roll any D20 roll. You must take your new roll,
Okay.
but just you want a quick do-over. That's one just because we're having fun.
You want me to reroll?
No, just if you want it.
Oh, okay. No,
It's
that's
like
great.
whenever you want. So but when you use it, erase it, and then hopefully you get a new one.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yo.
I'll do that.
That's kind of the rules of a town. But I mean, we don't really.
So were you a guard to the king, or were you coming here to slay the Orcish king as well?
Like, let's.
Flim, what's your name? What's your character's name? Thorgrim?
Thorgrim.
Thorgrim? Were you like,
See, that's cool.
were you a
Let's do
guard
that.
to the
That's-
king, or were you
yeah,
some
that's a
sort
fun
of
picture.
mercenary?
Basically basically a mercenary.
Yeah, like there's also the option of like the southern dwarf holds that have just become encompassed by the empire. Like you're an envoy from I forget the name of the city.
Can you not untie that? Have you been?
No,
trying
I
this
did
whole time?
untie it, but I tied
You
it.
you just
I tied
slip
it
it
again.
off the end, maybe.
No, I tied it again. You know, I just retied it because I was done.
What's the southern city?
Southern,
Not Crookjaw.
not Kirkjaw above that. Southampton, or Bolsenhofen.
Wasserhofen,
Lower than that. So
Southampton.
Yes,
What is-
no,
Southampton.
Southampton's the logging town.
There's
Crookjaw is the halfling town.
Oh, Corful is the halfling town.
Oh, okay, so it is
Crookjaw.
Crookjaw.
Yeah,
So,
Crookjaw is the
okay,
dwarven
Crookjaw.
town.
So it could be that you're from Crookjaw as an envoy.
Sounds good.
That's happy.
So that's where we are at, Kirkjaw.
No.
No, that's
You're
where
at
he's
Orkenhofen.
from.
We're way up north.
Vujaha.
Oh,
So open with the
The
Adobe.
capital of this empire, which just collapsed.
Yeah.
not due to any of us, I hope.
Well.
Didn't do nothing.
Interesting.
So what are the guards doing? Like nobody realizes that we just murdered the king?
Like we killed 2 guards. They're kind of short on guards.
Well, they can't report that someone's dead.
Like who are they gonna report to?
Touche.
Well. Rosalind.
She was already outlawed.
And he wasn't trying to kill his own father?
But it wasn't like a one-on-one duel, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm a robot. I'm not from here.
What's this robot?
Well, if you're
I'm
a
not even-
mercenary, our plan is to loot
I
this
am.
place and
Is a
perhaps
robot a
leave.
fancy word for devil?
Yeah. Okay.
I suppose you could call me that.
Try
However,
open it with the
I am
DLC,
not
just for
from
gigs and shits.
the 9 hells. But I am also not
DLC.
from
Certainly
this
be worth its
world,
weight in coin. I don't know what's your alignment.
this
Well,
realm.
What is a
Don't
robot?
paladins have to be level 2?
Typically, yeah.
I am a
Can I be lawful evil?
warforged.
Oh,
Booyah.
Probably not.
I don't
just
think
Is
I
a robot short for Warford?
And
Unless
that'll
you
go away.
did something.
Booyah.
Do you need
The
to
robot was out
Oh,
here.
it's actually.
take your screensaver off?
It's in VLC player. It should just loop without the screen player
For
doesn't.
2
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, it's VLC.
Amazing.
Yeah, VLC is based. I can say
Freeware. Yes.
that. Yeah.
But taxes.
Yeah, down with Texas. Start militia boys.
That is fucking cool.
March down to Sacramento.
So anyway, y'all are hauled up in this Imperial briefing room, essentially. And Giron, being the intelligent robot that he is, urges you all to continue investigating and move on.
I suggest we keep moving if you intend on leaving in a timely manner with all of your limbs intact.
Pass without a trace lasts an hour. So we're
Yeah.
good for now.
Yeah, you're good. But again,
But that's
Does anybody have any
footprints
like
on
healing
stone.
potions by chance actually?
Yes.
did you like blow all your spells?
No, I just
Have you taken a short
I
rest?
feel like
or
a
anything?
healing potion would be a little bit better.
Yeah, we should take. I mean,
We should probably wait till that.
derping around up in the upper level, did we take a short rest? Like,
I don't know. Did you guys want to blow an hour in the boardroom? You're gonna have a much higher likelihood of running into
No,
people
because
and
we all want
being
the spell to
come
run
up
out, right?
upon.
no, I can heal you right now for. What is it? D8 plus.
Yeah, like you have your souped up healing kit, so
For 12.
you only need spells. Cleric asking for healing.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I
what
don't-
I'm here.
I don't want to have to use my spells.
Yeah, don't
Not
burn your spell.
like-
when
No,
you've got a
he's-
heal.
I might need them
He's
later.
got a perk that allows his med kit to be used to actually heal.
That's dope.
Yeah, so
All right. Cool. And
Feeling all right, not too great though. Still hurt. Ugh.
you continue on down hallways. Everybody roll a stealth check for me.
Alright, so it's all plus 10 for pass. No, that's good.
I got a
plus 10,
Plus your dex.
yeah, 14.
Okay. And everybody not in plate except for
22.
Rosalind
22.
rolls at advantage, and then you guys just roll straight.
I think
Wait, I
I got a
have an
1.
active.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not a
What did I-
natural.
3.
3 plus stealth.
I got a 14.
It's a -2.
Wait, it's alright.
Plus 10.
35 with advantage.
Trev, Tarcast, pass without a trace, which gives you plus 10.
Okay, so
Yeah.
nice 11. Pretty good.
11.
Plus your
Okay.
dex.
Oh, then I got 20.
My dex is -2.
Okay.
30.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
19.
Just kind of walk through.
All right. So yeah, with the excellent navigation of Giron, you guys see nobody, and nobody hears you because I rolled an 8 for perception.
Damn.
So you're not heard clanging down hallways or anything like that, and everybody's just kind of. Oh, we're gonna have a quick meta discussion about what's the lizard's name again?
Fink.
Is he gonna roll the same stealth as you since he's the same construction?
He could roll his own.
I want to discuss it with you once and for all, and then we're just gonna go that way the whole
He does
time.
have the same modifier for it.
Okay, so
Like, I have 13 dex,
yeah,
he has
we'll
12.
just we'll say you guys roll the same then for that.
Okay.
Just to keep it easy, same modifier. So you fail and succeed together for stealth.
Also, it is worth noting that just in case this comes up, I have the alert feat. I can't be surprised As in, like, you can't take a surprise round against me?
Of course.
When you can't take luck,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
a good feat.
I am always in the initiative. You don't...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody around you can be surprised, but you can't.
Yeah.
It is a millisecond of you just can't take a surprise round against me.
No. And also, because of a construct, I'm fully aware while I sleep. For 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, just needed to put that all out there.
Yeah, fully aware while asleep.
Of course.
Just like your computer.
Yeah. If you touch the mouse, the screen comes on.
Yeah. Alright, so you continue on down hallways
And if you
after a
speak
little bit
near
of
the mic,
triage type
it's
wound
an
treatments. And Giron's excellent navigation takes you to like a servant's hallway, and excuse as to why you used a servant's hallway.
Who am I talking? Who am I talking?
You're telling
speaking to?
them, like, just, you chose to navigate them down the servant's hallway because it's not a main hallway. Duh.
Certainly, no one down this hallway will have any idea of what's actually going on, given that they haven't left the palace grounds since they were born on the palace grounds.
Alright, and you find yourself winding up staircases, zigzagging through these hallways, and you've traveled up a couple of levels, and you find yourself back out on a main hallway. Stealth checks one more time. You still have to pass without a trace. Plus 10, and then everybody who's not in plate, except for Rosalind, rolls at advantage.
Oh, at advantage.
Yeah, because again, excellent navigation. You know how long it takes to get down those hallways before you run into a guard. So
32. 31.
I got 17.
it doesn't really matter because I rolled a 4.
Nice.
So you were not heard and you were not seen by anybody.
Wow.
We have such a great
Like, I really want you guys to be able to fight, but it's just not happening.
Yeah.
I don't really have like a bunch of CR 13s for you guys to slay anyway, so whatever. And Giron takes you down this hallway without incident to the exterior door of the mage's quarters.
And I turn to Thorgrim and I say, I suppose it is now that I should inform you that we are looting the bedroom of the now technically deceased court mage, Arelot.
Is that the name?
He is, no. Disguised as, you know him as a half-elf, that advised the Emperor and the Emperor before him. But I just like cryptic talking, like, and maybe something else. I guess no one's told you specifically what he actually is.
I've only heard of him. Yeah, let's loot this place up. Are you looking for anything specific?
Certainly the scrying stone, which is on a pedestal in his foyer.
I think I've seen one of those in my time. I'll look for it, or with you.
You're gonna want to pause the other one, Jimbo.
Oh, word.
The Christmas coming.
So you're gonna look up?
It's like the one update for DLC. They just put a Santa hat on the cover.
Yeah, because the sweet based material just doesn't need anything.
Should be able to drag it in.
No, it should just open.
Yeah, might not.
I did. Try the Adobe.
Are there any more
Okay.
cookies?
Oh yeah.
Do you...
We should be able to right click and open with DLC player.
That's what I did. It didn't. So I'm just gonna open with.
Okay.
Yep. So I tried with the VLC.
Oh.
No, just leave me alone.
Check the good chips.
Okay, one more time.
What kind of file is it?
I don't remember.
MP4. So it should easily open with.
Type. No.
Here, let's. How do I
Type
like
is something
click and drag?
CRD.
Booyah.
You talking about? It's crypt. CRPT HD. Oh,
There,
There's something.
that's a thing.
it was just really loading. I think it's cool though.
Yeah, that's legit.
Definitely have some kinks to work out.
Yeah, it's.
Well, this one was created 8 months ago. Great.
Anyway, we're gonna use our imaginations like real players should anyway. I just thought it'd be fun to change the background since we're going to a new place.
Super interactive.
Kieran, roll an intelligence
There's
check.
another one.
You're approaching the exterior door. You know what's up.
I rolled a 2, so 7.
7. Yeah, so you know this door very well, and it's usually not locked. You go to it's essentially moving a lever. It's not turning a knob, but you go to move the lever to open the door like you always do, and it doesn't budge.
I look at it intently and try not to try not to let it on to the party that the door isn't moving at the moment. Like kind of feign like I know what I'm doing currently.
Okay.
If I guess
Just just
persuasion
some meta
that.
for the DM. You know, lockpicking is intelligence based.
Yeah.
So
And you know, I'm good with thieves' tools, tinkerers' tools, leather workers' tools, smiths' tools, woodcarvers' tools, and proficient with all that, with double proficiency for expertise from Artificer.
And I can add one to yours because I'm proficient.
So I'm just gonna like fucking flick out my lockpick and try and fiddle with this.
Yeah. So you roll with a double proficiency.
Yeah.
Do you do anything before you do that?
No, like it didn't work, and I just flick it out of my
Okay.
sleeve and put it in there.
All right.
So that is. Do I add intelligence to that?
It's your lockpicking modifier, which for you is intelligence. It's your proficiency double because you're proficient with
So
thieves'
28.
tools. Okay. Yeah, and you definitely picked the lock, and then are promptly blasted back with like a wall of force. Let me bust out a couple of d8s here, I think. I'll give you a dexterity saving throw. That's another one. And where are you? There it is. Oh, that's like awesome. Take 14 force damage.
So no save for that.
Oh,
Trap?
what's your save? What'd you roll?
You didn't tell me to roll anything.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. No, you just. Okay.
Dexterity saving throw.
That is a 4.
Yeah. So take 14 force damage.
Cool.
Yeah.
So he just picked up a rock and it did that?
No, he just picked a lock.
Picked a lock.
on a door without checking for traps.
And I just get like blown back holding the doorknob, and the door flies open. And I look over to the party and say, "Here are Arelot's quarters."
Awesome.
I enter.
Is the door open?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's open now. Like he opened the door and then had a thunder wave hit him in the face.
Can
Yeah,
I
I guess
see
we're gonna press in.
anything of interest to a
And
holy man of
I'm
light?
gonna cast Mending on myself.
Oh, is that the meta for your healing?
Yeah.
You cast mending.
2d6.
Okay.
For 6 healing.
If I
Can't-
see
can't
the
trip.
orb, I'm going to.
That's- Okay, so
anything
yeah,
bullshit.
I'm going in blind on this. I'm sure Tom had something imagined, but this is the inner workings of my retardation because this is the way Tom gave it to me. So thanks, Tom.
Dude, that's cool.
So you see a large space. It's dark, like it's shut and locked down. It's more like the original thing, so I'm gonna go to the playlist here and just go back to the Haunted Dungeon.
If you clear your playlist, you can just have one.
Yeah, I'm going to the playlist. Oh, you derp.
Just close VLC player and add it again.
Yeah, let's do that.
Skip it.
And that's when I take the computer out package.
No.
Take it out behind the board.
I've actually taken my laptop out.
Yeah, well, he's not gonna do that because this is my laptop.
I'm just kidding.
I would hit him.
I'm gonna smash your laptop.
You might
My
wanna
laptop's
do it.
hard drive is going right now.
You're like, here's my spare.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna stick with this, and that's that.
That's what you said last.
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll
well,
download them all.
it
at the
ended
break.
up looping, so it looping
Oh,
both, and I was
okay.
like, never mind. This is started because I didn't want to see both of them. Just one.
We have some new
Really
technology
trying.
kinks to work out, and we can pretty much ignore it for this section.
This is fine.
We built a box, guys. Look at this.
Cut a hole in the box.
Yeah, we screwed some wood.
Put a TV in the box. All right. Yeah. So you see a large dark space in front of you. Directly to your left, you see a workbench.
Can I use produce flame to see a little bit there?
Yeah. Y'all can.
Fire cantrip.
What's the workbench?
Have a little fireball.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh yeah. Get it. You get it. No, he's trying to figure out what it is.
7.
17. It is a hand washing station. There's like a brush, a bar of soap, a basin, a mirror. It seems like a station to give oneself hygiene before
Has
proceeding
Joe
with
ever
things.
seen soap?
With the 17, he knows what soap is.
Because
I
I mean, even as a
go-
deer person, it smells a little funny to me.
I'm going to go directly to Arelot's study. I'm going to go into his desk, into his drawer, and take out his personal journals and stuff them into my mini-handed pouch.
Do I see this?
So with that, you see him dart into darkness, and he gets out of your dark vision.
I don't have
Gets out of your vision pretty quickly, and you're gonna make intelligence check, and then lock picking check. Couple of lock picking checks.
What's your
Intelligence, straight up intelligence would be 17 without prof.
Okay.
And then lock picking
Yeah. You can line up 20.
is 20.
Lock picking is 20. You have trouble with this lock. Is there anything else you want to do before you roll to pick this lock again?
Let me take a look right quick.
While he's looking, which to our right?
So directly to your right is another kind of workbench looking thing. Make an intelligence check.
$13.
13.
Yeah.
Looks like a snack preparation table. There's like clear jars with what looks like preserves of berries and fruits, and like jars of pickles and like simple.
I tapped hard to go look at it. That's in his area. All the
I
berries
wandered
and
like
fruits
straight
and
into
all
the
that.
darkness.
Oh, did you?
So yeah, there's like nut butters and like a couple loaves of bread, pre-sliced, like wrapped up in.
Well, I have night vision.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like a snack table. Like there's a couple of sausages hanging from hooks, like some summer sausages. Okay, how far in did you go, Tar? And you don't have night vision, but you lit up your hands. So there's light for. How far in did you go?
Say 15, 20 feet.
So if you're standing in the doorway, it goes deep. There's a lot of space. Like Giron is looking to preserve the secrets of this court mage, but you don't know that. He just darted straight into the darkness to go gather those things.
Yeah, I just take a adamantine dagger that I have and fucking jam it right into the block.
Okay, one more dexterity saving throw.
14.
14. Yeah, you're gonna take some fire damage this time.
Okay.
So will that be like visible? Will we see that happen?
Yeah, you would see this. This is a motherfucking fireball.
My incantation on my breastplate gives me resistance to fire.
Okay.
So it's half damage.
Okay. That's Now, do you set that to a different element, or is it just fire only always?
I can set it to a different element, but it takes a long rest.
Okay.
Or a different damage type, rather.
Yeah.
And actually, I can put that incantation on anybody's armor on a long rest. It doesn't have to be my mithril breastplate.
So I rolled 20 damage. So you take 10.
Just one person's armor, like in the whole party, though?
Yeah, because I have two other incantations. One of them is for the repeating incantation on my musket, and the other one is for turning my pocket into a mini-handed pouch. So I actually have 7 different pouches that all reach into the same space.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter which pocket he reaches into. He always comes out with his pocket watch and/or his wallet.
Yeah. And I can give pouches to various people.
Or wait.
And up to 7 people can have the same shared inventory space.
Or he could do like
Yeah.
in 7 different pockets. You could potentially reach in, grab his hand, and give somebody else the finger.
Wait, so can you reach into a pocket and out of another pocket?
That's what I was saying.
Okay, I got you.
I suppose technically, and
Basically play Portal
also,
with it.
also there's the thing where I have magical tinkering, so I can record a message on a stone, put it into that pocket. Someone else who has that pocket could pull the stone out of the pocket.
They would know which pocket to think, or which stone to think of to reach in and grab it, because it's a semi-telepathic pocket dimension.
Yeah. And I can pretty much message.
You
to
reach in and think
people
healing potion,
with
drink
the
his
proper
healing
pockets.
potions. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bunch of magical tinkering, and you don't really need to worry about it. At the
It's a
moment.
TARDIS.
It sounds incredibly balanced.
Yeah, for real.
It's just super utility all
Is there
over
more
the
to
Yeah,
place.
like, I've seen balance in Dungeons and Dragons, but that
That's like
That is
super,
balance.
super OP balance.
Yeah, fuck a bard. You have an artificer. You have an autistifer.
What's wrong with the barbs, bro?
I don't know. I'm going to try to scry and find out.
So yeah, you head into the darkness and you find like a curtained off area about 60 feet in. And then you head behind and you see like
I'm going to use my staff to push that curtain out of the way.
you see the curtain parts but does not open. But you see beyond that curtain is like a balcony out overlooking the city. But what holds your focus the most is in the center of this what now appears to be a cylindrical chamber that includes a balcony heading out over the side of the tower, making a nearly perfect circle floor. In the center of that circle is a large crystal sphere. It's palmable for you, but it's like a basketball, but like a perfectly polished crystal sphere. And you know, it'd be cumbersome for a non-monster handed freak.
I'm going to pull
Monster.
I'm going to pull a tankard.
Drogosaurus!
Yeah,
Okay,
basically.
hands.
My hands are perfectly dainty.
It's a cleft hoof. You're a deer.
He's got hands.
He has
He
hands.
just has hooves for feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And totally a joke. Just wanted to make an Archer reference.
Good reference.
Where are those cricket bats?
I'm going to try and swipe the orb, and with the other hand, drop a tankard right where it was sitting.
None of that. You just pick the orb up. Like you palm it like a basketball and drop a tankard in, and all is well.
Do I know that nothing happens, or am I convinced that something happened there? I'm kidding. I'm going to walk back towards them.
You make eyes like a deer and then spook to the left.
That sounds about right.
A couple of fleas jump off.
Hey. Those are ticks.
Did I find my quarry?
So you break the lock and open the drawer, and you see a number of small like moleskin type, journals and whatnot. So you know exactly what these are.
I see that fireball.
Meta, I don't. But yeah, you got them. Whatever.
Cool.
Fuck you.
Awesome. I got his journals. That's the only thing. I'll shut
Dear
up for the
Diary,
rest of this.
Mir and Giron had the greatest date today. I just wish I could teach him emotions. I love him so much. Arelot.
So I recognize this item as the scrying orb that Giron had told me about.
Excuse me for a second. Dear Diary, the metal genitals I made for Giron are fantastic. That's canon. Alright. Sorry.
I really don't like Arelot. Really.
You don't know anything about this, so you got
We need
yourself
to
a
slay
giant.
the wizard.
You got yourself a giant crystal sphere.
But I don't know anything about.
Oh, you know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like
It's
you.
the only crystal ball on a pedestal.
Yeah, and like everything around this sphere like seems like private viewing chamber. Like there's no couches or like lounges. It's like central focal point, clean, curtained off. We're gonna stare out the window or stare into a crystal ball. And maybe it has something to do with the sun.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm gonna.
Make a nature check.
Me?
Yeah.
Reckon now. Okay. Oh, nat 20.
Yeah, you know, like this balcony is
I'm
like astrologically aligned. It is like so awesome.
So, one of these days I'll find that card because there's 10,000 of them.
Oh, come on, it's alphabetical practically. But you got to know what level it is. I think it's a 5th level if it's a scry, but the
I also just pulled that magic item out of my ass, so I don't know if it
there's a
exists.
scrying sphere.
Crystal ball?
Let me
What's it
see
do for you?
Crystal ball.
I mean, like there's
I have
The typical
scrying.
crystal ball, a very rare item, about 6 inches in diameter. While touching it, you cast the scrying spell, save 17. Following crystal ball variants are legendary items and have
Oh, I have that.
additional properties. Crystal ball of mind reading, crystal ball of telepathy, crystal ball of true seeing. So probably just standard crystal ball.
yeah.
Oh.
So a standard crystal ball, but it's oversized because I thought it would be fun to make it cumbersome.
Yeah, it could be 6 inches or it could be 12.
Yes.
Oh, you know what it is? It's the difference between like a backup camera and like a backup camera with an awesome HD screen.
Requires attunement, which takes an hour.
Yeah. You can take a short rest, attune to it, use it, and then
Isn't
attune.
this the item that made it so we couldn't be like directly messaging him?
No, that
Or
was
something else.
that was something I pulled out of my ass.
Magical security protocol for his anus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
He's a high level mage, which pretty much means he does what he wants.
So with my torch lit, I want to go find something like awesome in this.
So are you investigating or are you
Looking
just kind of
around.
looking around?
Yeah, something to catch my eye on.
Make a perception check.
$20
What are you into?
holy items,
Holy items?
artifacts, things of power.
You see an alchemy table, a table that make an intelligence check for me.
Oof. 4.
See a table for unknown purposes. Like after walking around for a good while, because there's a lot of like space and spaces in this room, in this chamber. You see a lot of things, but you don't necessarily understand what they all are. But you don't really see anything that like resembles anything that you would know to be an object of power. Like you see no religious symbols, you see no altars, you see no prayer mats, shawls, shofars,
Yeah, this guy was a
Uh,
demon.
crosses.
Any scrolls?
You saw a lot of paperwork, but nothing looked like it would be like a holy book or a holy scroll.
Can I see if it's just like
With your intelligence check, the things you read were like way above your pay grade. You didn't see anything like super religious or powerful looking. I'm assuming that all of
Nothing like a spell
I'm assuming like
scroll or
his
anything
spell
like
books
that?
and stuff like that, like his like
are there enchantment
stuff
scrolls?
would be at the desk that he already looted. You know what I'm saying? Like you missed it. Would be my guess as far as paper goes. Okay, you.
Oh, can I do an investigation check to see if there's any hidden like wall things?
Okay, so you're gonna walk around like feel walls
Yeah.
with your dark vision, so you don't need the light or anything like that. Okay, so yeah, you walk around and feel the walls, and what do you roll?
17.
17. You find on a bookshelf, and it just seems like a bunch of plain books. It doesn't seem like anything super normal, but you find on a bookshelf a secret compartment inside a book. Just oddly lucky you. And inside it is a couple of sheafs of paper, and you recognize them as like promissory notes from the treasury of the king's like treasury, and they're promissory notes for 15 and 20 platinum, 2 for 15 and 1 for 20.
And 2 for 20.
2 for 15, 1 for 20. And just they're just like random sheets of paper, like in a odd book. But you find no secret chambers or secret compartments. At least not with your 17, but you lucked up and found some loot. And with your steal from the rich and give to the poor,
Yeah, I'm gonna do
these
mine.
guys got no monies.
I figured.
All right. Anybody else snooping around?
Do an investigation check.
Investigation check. Okay, so what are you investigating specifically? Because like investigation is like I'm looking for something specifically in this area. So
So I'm gonna investigate the, like, since I have dark vision, so I'm gonna walk all the way as far back as I can go.
okay, and back there you see like a large curtained off area. It's the farthest spot away from the wall, and inside it you see a empty pedestal with like this size recess in it, and beyond that a open balcony. Like there is direct outdoors, and it's like the later afternoon now.
Is there
And-
anything I think is worth investigating?
In this particular chamber, you're not feeling it. A little ways outside the curtain, though, you see a alchemy set, and this is just assuming you rolled a good perception. And you see what might be an enchanting table. Let's give me some sweet rolls.
What do I add to this?
Your intelligence, since you're investigating.
21.
21. So on the alchemy table, you find two like standard healing potions. They're worth 50 gold. You have to look up the stats on those, but they're worth 50 gold each. And then
Take those.
one greater healing potion that's like pricey. And then you see some ingredients that you recognize, and if you were to like kind of pouch them all together, they would be for I don't know if you have potion brewing, but Tar does. You would see their ingredients for making healing potions, but also ingredients for a sleep potion.
Can I take all of that?
Yep.
Take it. I can make all the things.
And then at the enchanting station, I need you to make one more intelligence check, or arcana maybe.
14.
14. Okay. You don't really understand that, but you do have a lot of resources around you. Maybe you can ask someone for some help with that. Anybody else snooping around? There's a dwarf.
Yep. Are we here looking for something specifically?
You're just. Everybody thought it'd be a good idea to loot the chambers, including
I
gear.
forgot what I was looking
Oh, okay. Well, shoot.
Yeah, like one of the few people that you know in the keep just told you that all the leadership is dead and we're looting the mage's quarters. So
Okay. Does he have I'll just take the food.
Just take the food.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find literally your entire backpack full of pickles, peanut butter, almond butter, different flavors of jelly, and a couple of loaves of stale bread, but it's sliced into slices. And you have this keen idea because on the actual table that you started looting this stuff from, after you started pulling enough ingredients on there, it has an illustration on the table of where to place 2 slices of bread, and then there's like utensils for like spreading these creamy and fruity things across the bread, and then there's instructions even on how to put them together. And you realize that this is a Subway, and it's impossible to make a mistake. Impossible.
and yet they do it somehow.
Did you just make PB&J candy?
Yes.
PB&J and pickles.
Oh.
Well, no,
disgusting.
the pickles and other such. This is like a snack table. Like this is like a place where you go for like
okay.
okay medieval snacks
But
could be
also, I might
pickled
eat that.
and like fruity.
Maybe
Yeah, I don't know
some
about that.
sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
so-
also see
but
like
PB&J on garlic sourdough.
With potato chip.
Okay, garlic sourdough.
like yeah, but everybody likes garlic sourdough by itself, or with like vinegar and olive oil, or butter and toast.
Or bacon.
Onion dip or spinach dip, better yet.
Okay, so yeah, you could pretty much take
Artichoke
dog
dip.
shit and put it on garlic sourdough and it'd be alright. Garlic sourdough
Fry my boot.
with boot leather sandwich. Alright.
Good sandwich.
So, do we want to teleport and leave, or walk out of here?
Wait, I
like
want to cast
badasses?
detect evil good.
Ooh.
I automatically sense those guys in a certain range. They're just like 30 feet.
Yeah, Paladin just sniffs good and evil. Or rather, celestial and fiendish.
And undead.
And a
Oh, so
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't be just evil. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
detect
going to
good
the
and
thing.
evil, celestial, fiendish, blah blah. This place stinks of like fiend.
Anything like particular that's like really like oh
The
man.
bed.
The bed.
Yeah. Because he never changed his sheets.
What a
And it just
Can I look underneath the bed?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
loads and loads of porno. Like just tons of it.
Like vintage.
And like all the kinds.
Like vintage.
Is there like
All the kinds
expensive
for
pornos in
centuries.
there?
Like it goes from
I take my torch and light the
slabs
pornos on
slabs
fire.
of stone with like cut out like it looks like a W with like
Wait,
two
it's like
two things
stone
carved
porno?
into it.
So it's not like I can't light it on fire.
It's vintage. Like
Like,
since people were able to draw boobs, they've been drawing them and then looking at them.
Well, can I take like my warhammer and break that shit, and then like if there's any paper shit, burn it,
Yeah, totally. You set his mattress on fire.
and then I break the stone vintage tablets of porn.
Of course.
So that's like
Yeah,
pretty stuff.
with your
It's
sweet
gotta be
sweet
heard.
weapon,
Alright.
whatever sort it is you have.
It's a warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
absolutely.
Alright, that's dope.
Alright.
feel like
So
I
yeah,
did.
next to the flaming bed in the bedside table, you find like oils and whatnot as well. What else do you need?
Find oils.
Yeah, like oils.
Like corn
I
oil.
throw that into the fire. Like,
It flares up and lights the curtains above the four-post bed on fire,
Oh no.
and the bedside
Oh, no.
stand starts to become on fire.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
That's probably for the
It's time to
best,
go now.
actually.
It's time to go. There's
That's
fire.
like purging the
Wow.
evil out of this room.
Oh.
Can I go wash my hands somewhere?
There's a hand washing station at the front door.
I want to go to that
Okay.
and use. Well, I guess I got. Yeah, I'll just use a hand washing station
This whole place is weird.
with some soap.
Does prestidigitation put out fire?
What is the area of effect? I believe it's 12 by 12 inches.
Yeah.
So 12 inches at a time, flaming curtains. You tell me.
Wait, are we in like a wooden room?
How much
Wait, it's not
volume
like
of fire
stone.
is
Oh, so
there?
it's-
Big cast fireball.
More than you can handle with prestidigitation. I'll do that intelligence check
I'm
for you.
gonna just walk up and start casting prestidigitation constantly at the bottom of the fire.
Every
just
6
to manage
seconds.
it. Yeah.
True.
If I could get
You contain it to the bed.
If I could get a little help over here.
I can come over and cast chromatic orb with ice.
Thunderwave.
Collapse the key.
What's
I could blow on it. I guess I start blowing on it to burn the porno faster.
Don't look at me, I'm not a water dragon. So.
Okay, so with the thunder wave, the chromatic ice orb, and the
Oh no, I'm not
prestidigitation.
thunderwaving. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
about
okay.
fire.
We all believe.
Yeah,
So anyway,
I-
it's contained, generally speaking, to the bed and bedstand and the kind of creepy curtains and four posters around the bed. Especially now knowing that it's not just like some fruity half elf, it's actually like some giant fox man with like a grabbler nose and.
He's got to go.
So while I'm containing the fire, I'm just gonna have Fink break the window and then grab the bits and pieces that are on fire and toss them out the window.
Does
Why?
Fink take fire damage?
Sure.
Can't we
But
cast
like
a
it-
teleportation portal and just leave?
Yeah.
Wait, why are
I
you
can
trying
do
to
that.
preserve this
Yeah, why don't we
porno?
just
I'm trying to not catch the keep on fire.
No one gives
Who
a shit.
cares?
See, I also thought it
I
was.
was just in another room and someone yelled fire.
I was just on the impression that this place was made
That's
out of
what I'm
stone,
responding
to. Be
to.
honest.
No,
This
that's
is
even much
fire.
better.
Run.
He can't run, it seems.
But I mean,
He
pornos are
floats.
pornos. That's dirty stuff. Plus, this place tainted of evil, so we had to just, incinerate it.
31 fire damage.
31 fire damage from dragging a sheet and whatever.
Dragon flaming stuff on fire out the window. Just that's like all the things that you'd have him drag out. So like that's a number of trips.
Immune to poison, charm, exhaustion. So yeah. Okay. Down to 21.
Yeah, but I mean you dragged the entire bed and the flaming stack of books that he pulled out from underneath the mattress, and
Yeah, so
then he also threw oil onto the burning pile of stuff.
so all that happens and then I'm gonna go ahead and take
Cast
some
mending
time
like
to
7
cast
times.
mending on a lot of things.
Yeah.
What? You're gonna mend it? I reset it on fire.
He's mending his alligator.
Oh.
Me and my alligator are constructs, so I just go ahead and
No, I
mend
thought
that.
you were mending like the pornos.
You threw it out the window.
No, all that's out the like the bed, the bed
Yeah.
sheets, the pornos. I just tucked that out the
Well, there's
store
stone
window
tablet
and-
pornos, even those I didn't break them
Hopefully no one was standing down there.
Not my pornos.
It's a pretty big window to get the mattress out. Pretty easy for it, I guess.
Yeah.
again. What was on fire?
Yeah.
So it's probably already like,
All right. Anything else you all want to do in this room?
Hacking a bunch of
looking-
flaming shit into the fucking
Do I
courtyard.
see any weapons?
You do not see any weapons. You see like utility utensils, like a couple forks, a couple spoons, a
Beer
couple
maybe?
knives.
just a
Beer.
Like
couple of each.
a weird looking contraption that you can only assume is for like torturing people or removing corpse, but you'd have to make an intelligence check to decide what it
I'm
is.
gonna make an intelligence check. 14.
14. This might be a cork remover.
Nice. I'm not gonna take it.
Okay. She always just shatters the tops of her bottles off.
Orcs.
I'm not
She's
going.
not going.
Damn it, Dragonborns.
Yeah.
Get your fucking pronouns right.
All right.
Come on, you're a fucking.
How do you want to leave?
We should teleport.
Are we gonna
I'm ready.
fly?
Yeah, I just draw a
Chalk circle.
chalk circle 10 foot. Would I by chance have just remembered any?
You
other-
found that in here. This is a mage's quarters.
Is there somewhere we can hide?
There
That's
was
what you
no
found at the
enchanting
enchanting table.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But,
There's
yeah,
enough
I have
magical
all the
dust and
things
chalks
for
and
it.
stuff.
And I think I already had that in my toolkit. But
Yeah.
would I have remembered any other teleportation circles? Otherwise,
So when you were younger, make a history check. This is just the luck on whether or not you were able to remember it.
What is that?
It's intelligence based, I think.
I have.
I'm just like standing here twirling my amulet around.
Yeah.
Well, we need a full day's rest first, and then we're gonna probably go.
18.
18. When you were younger, you knew that there was a teleportation circle to receive you when you learned the spell
Okay.
back in your gnomish land, and I'm gonna leave it to you to tell me what this gnomish land is like, because I've never been there.
Okay. Well, I guess we go there.
Yeah, you go there, and I can tell you one thing. I can tell you what the inside of the building is like that you go into. It is like a large courtyard. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, and I'm gonna go from there. Is your gnomish town underground or is it above ground?
Above.
Okay. It's a well-lit, like manicured garden courtyard, and in the center is etched stone, like a cobble, but it's just a perfect circle, and the stones are etched in the arcane runes that you know are the address, essentially, that you just teleported to using your teleportation circle. And you made a point to learn it before you left.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is the courtyard of a library.
Okay.
It is a school for arcane learning.
Oh.
And
Oh, really?
you see above you that there's actually no outdoors. Like there are birds and butterflies and all that stuff, but this is actually like a sustained ecosystem dome. And what's really weird though, this is the really weird part, is you see birds flying in and out. Like they're just walking, like flying in and out. And so like any like natural wildlife, like any natural things pass through this dome like nothing. So if it's snowing outside, it's snowing in here. If it's raining outside, it's raining in here. Birds not even there. And that's the thing I thought would be fun.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, there's a school for magical learning here in your gnomish town, and there is a arcane tower. And yeah, what do you want to do? Do you have family, friends here?
I have friends. I don't have any family.
Okay.
Tara's jaw is like on the floor. This place is amazing.
Your antlers are like standing up through the dome.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is all
Wow.
Look at that, look at
Look at all the
that.
birds. I hope they're not like that one we met on the road.
So it's like a park. It's like it's a pretty big, but it's like a perfect. So it's like a.
I cut all of that.
Yeah, so it's like a 30-foot circle for the teleportation circle, and then 30 feet on either side all the way around, and then a dome above your head. All right.
And Garum just kind of pauses for a second, takes in the entire surroundings, and just like internal nod, and is ready to go.
Are there
He's
more
been in
gnomes
so many
around here?
settings that like nothing weird actually upsets him.
Yeah.
Are there more gnomes around here?
Make a perception check. It's kind of a
And what
big-ish
is the
park.
name of this place?
Well, I don't know. I thought you came up with something.
Perception.
You're the only one that's been
Wisdom.
there.
Oh.
23.
23.
I thought it was one.
You see a couple of people on like
Just
benches,
like-
kind of
We
park
have name
like.
generators.
You see around you is like just a perfectly
Unless you want to
circle
name
walk
Do
path.
you have a name?
I don't know.
Does the DM have a name?
And I have a name generator.
Name of this
Name of
place.
town?
Oh,
Don't use name generator.
no, this is Gnome Sweet Gnome. And what it is it's a play
Don't use the
on.
name generator, guys.
No, it's good. This is why it's the first. It's the first gnome like homestead outside of the underground, because like gnomes know undercommon, because a lot of their property etc is underground. So this is the first like migrated above ground homestead expanded into the great city that it is, and it has a center for learning, and it's a place of like gnomish pilgrimage for those who choose to leave the underground.
Can I go find a place to rest?
You feel safe here.
So I just start resting.
I mean, like you want to do a short rest. Short rest, you
We'll
can
go
roll.
longer.
You can roll all your hit dice on a short rest.
We'll do it.
I know you blew a lot of spells doing those restorations.
Can heal up to 50 points of health.
No, I just want to do it.
We'll do a long rest. Is there somewhere we can stay?
Yes, I have friends from university that I've kept in touch with and still very close with, so we can go sleep at their inn.
Alright. Oh, they have an
Nice.
inn.
They own an
The-
inn.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's
you
mighty convenient.
But I
Alright.
keep my distance from these gnomes, you know. I'm keeping to myself around these birds.
So
They're just short people.
Yeah.
And for you, anything?
See, they're like some of the few
Okay,
material
let's-
creatures
I
that
wanna,
become
I
artists'
wanna do the
furs,
criminal
so
contact
it's
asking if
a
anything's
pretty
going on
comfy
in
place
town.
for me.
The inn would probably be better than the park.
This is
Okay.
a peaceful place.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have criminal contacts everywhere.
All right. So you look for the thieves' cant symbol and make an investigation check on. This is for on the outside of the bar.
18,
Yeah, you
20.
see. You see it.
That makes
All right, and then you know at the angle at which the rune was written to look down low for the symbol, and you see right about at head height for Staff, at the edge of what would be like a high top bar for gnomes. You see another rune, and you also see like a small piece of paper poking out. And in very small writing, you see what languages do you speak?
I speak Common and Draconic.
Okay.
I have
you
a helm of comprehend languages. I know the languages.
Okay.
yeah. So you don't speak this language. Okay, and for the rest of you, just real quick. So what you see is most of you have to duck to get into this two-story gnomish. Like our clients who live in Scott's Flat would call it a cottage, but it's actually like a gigantic mansion for gnomes.
Okay.
And it's been partitioned into like a great hall when you step in. It's like it's one of Staff's favorite places because of how like homey and antique it is. Like for her, it has like a lot of nostalgia, and they have a lot of like halfling influence in the hospitality and the fare here, because they were the first short people to embrace the short people who came from underground to make a city above ground. So it's like a great big like halfling house essentially above ground, because halflings also choose to live more shallow but below ground.
What's the name of the inn?
This is the hearth and home, and it's making a play. It's had many names across the years, but it's currently the Hearth and Home.
Now is it H-O-M-M-E or H-O-M-E?
It's actually G and H-O-M-E. The Hearth and Gnome.
Good. Thank you. Sorry, I'm.
Yeah.
This guy is
Leave
saying
me
it's gonna
alone.
be gnome puns. They're gonna slough it off like they don't exist.
completely different with myself.
This is what you get for asking for it. Like, they make the gnome jokes themselves so that you don't make them. But yeah, so you see, you walk in, and like right in front of you is like a giant cooking pit. They have what to you seems like a suckling pig, but to them is actually a really large, but it's a dwarf pig. If you know
I'm
what I
so
mean.
excited. I smell apples.
Yeah.
Butter,
Yeah, there's all kinds of goodies, and there's like a gigantic cast iron pot, and you take a sniff and you smell spiced wine.
I'll have some of this and some
Yeah.
pork and some.
Like just triple portions.
So and there's a bunch of tables all set around like this giant cooking fire, and then just like off in the corner, like it's no big deal, is like the bar. But it's very homey and kind of like seat yourself, and you're probably gonna get served a plate, or somebody's gonna come ask you what you want here in a minute. Everything's really small for you. Everything's pretty small for everybody here.
Well, I'll order a double.
Okay. And you have a small, so like you seat yourselves down. I'm assuming.
Maybe
All right.
2 booths.
Hook me up with some tavern music if you would. Yeah.
This is kind of taverny.
I'm not sure what I'm hearing. I think I'm starting to hear like wagging wheels. I don't know.
Yes.
Can I go into like the corner and be like that mysterious corner person? That's
Yeah. So the most dark and mysterious corner is like the corner completely opposite of the bar, and you see that it's actually occupied right now, by like a group of like kind of brooding, like barely bearded, gnomish men. You see that one of them's like wearing like Coke bottle glasses, and another one maybe just hasn't realized like he's got a little bit of acne, but hasn't like realized that he could be an alpha, so he's just hanging out with a bunch of gammas. And there's the other gamma looking gnomish guy, and like he's the one who's really trying to rock the beard, but it's just really patchy, and he's got like maybe not as nice of clothes as the other 2 guys. And
I'm assuming these are gnomes.
Yes. Yeah, so you see like the gamma gnomes in the dark corner.
I tell them to move because they're my spot.
The opposite corner of them, which is just like, 12-ish feet away, is not as dark and it's not occupied.
No, that's not what I want. The dark corner, the one they're in. It's the first choice.
Okay.
Move.
We're not gonna move for you, mister.
I just walk up next to him, and I've got a block of wood. I'm just with a knife, and I'm carving a flute out of this block of wood, like as I'm standing there.
And I say, this is what's gonna happen to you if you don't move.
I already said we're not gonna move for you, mister.
I grab him by like, I imagine he's wearing a shirt, right?
Yeah.
I grab him by his shirt and kind
Strength check.
of.
He doesn't get up.
That one.
In fact, you sprain your arm and take 6 damage.
Wow.
I figure we'll find Arian at some point. I don't know if his instrument will have been damaged along the way.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad that you're looking out.
He's carving a sweet wooden recorder.
Are you broken?
Okay,
So I'm taking it the sensible people go and sit in the empty table, like just across the opposite
Now
corner.
that I noticed that this is happening, did you like fail, or you walked
yeah,
away
I
from
rolled
that?
like a nat one. Like, I was like, oh shit! Oh fuck!
Hurt your
Hurt my
elbow.
arm.
Well,
Just
I
grab
was
him
going
and
to
kind of herd him
help
over to
and
the
or
seat.
intervene there, but yeah, I guess we'll go sit down.
Yeah, we'll
Wait,
just go
so
herd
what
him.
exactly just
actually-
happened?
He's
Because
trying to-
I would have witnessed it.
He's trying to jack 3 brooding halflings table when there's a
So
perfectly
gnomes.
good empty table.
Gnomes.
Yes, that's what I meant. Whatever, fucking short people. Three gnomes like sitting there, with their like pig face acne and like splotchy beards and thick glasses and kind of overcompensating for their less than stellar upbringings.
And
He's
They're
trying
in
to
the
take their
cool
table.
corner, man.
They're in the
Yeah.
dark corner.
And what? There was
He
some
tried to
sort of
pick one up by the
dejected
collar.
tone. Oh, okay.
And sprained his arm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
you
they
sprained
said, "We're not gonna move for you, mister."
And I just set down my wood carving supplies on the table, pull off my musket from my back, and stick it in the gnome of that, or
damn
the,
it.
the mouth of that
Roll an
gnome.
intimidation check. Charisma based.
No wishes.
Oh yeah,
Smurf.
it's that's a 15 with a -3 by the way.
That's excellent.
Nat 18.
I'm just gonna roll 3 quick like Constitution. See if they can put up with your goodness.
Tar
badness.
is going to sit down with Garon
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Running around and seeing
So
knock him out
the
of
one
chair
the
with
one
a
who
musket
has
in
the
mouth.
musket in his face urinates himself and runs away. The other 2 stand up and like roll their sleeves up So they're standing up on the chairs, you know, on the opposite side of the table.
Can I don my warhammer and my shield?
So everybody's pulling.
just
Let's just roll
arrived in
initiative.
this
I'm not doing shit.
No,
I didn't do
wait.
anything.
So they run off, and I just
Let me hold
Just one.
gesture to the open seat.
No, the other two stay there and roll
Yeah,
their
the other two
sleeves up.
stay.
Can I run over and intervene and
Undercommon.
Just
Can I know these
arrived.
people?
I'm not doing shit.
Roll-
My cousins or
Nice.
something?
Roll
My next move
roll a
is
lucky
to
genetics
fucking
check.
chest.
Roll a
Well,
D100.
kill
Roll
my
roll
people.
roll a D100.
I am contractually bound to shoot you in the
50
forehead
plus what?
if you do not leave.
Genetics, you said.
Genetics. Where
Yeah,
the
just-
fuck is that?
No, it's you're rolling a D100, like
Then yeah, 50.
50. Okay. So I was giving it like 1/4 odds that you're related to these and you're not.
Oh fuck.
Uh,
Okay, well.
So no, like you probably know them,
Okay.
like a little bit. Nice. So like you know their first names,
Okay.
and so they're Ted and Tad,
Wow.
and they're cousins, but you're not their cousins.
Okay. I run over. Ted, calm down. These people are with me. I apologize. Can I buy you a pint?
Don't buy these gnomes a pint. Get the hell out of my seat is what they need
They're
to
trying
do.
to take our. They're trying to oppress us with their largeness. All we wanted to do was sit here and have our drinks in peace.
I smack him with my shield.
Notice all gnome boys have the same voice. I'm sorry.
Joe, you're a guest here. Please respect
I
that.
was teleported here.
You can stop him.
I mean, he's supposed to be some sort of awful something.
If it was against your
Then
will,
go
you wouldn't have
fucking
gone.
die.
No,
Yeah.
alright. I was teleported here, but I didn't get to choose where
There's
I
a
was
table
teleported
right
to.
there. Just go to the
This-
other table.
I told these gnomes this is my seat.
I'll get
I'm gonna
you
sit.
drunk.
So
too.
Giron's
seat.
standing blocking him in, and Tar is sitting down at the opposite side of the table blocking him in between himself and the wall and the table.
Calm your shit. I'll get you drunk too.
You can resist or you can make a persuasion check. Like you guys can you can like game this out. Like is it gonna work or are you just gonna be a dick? Like how do you want this out?
No, I want these gnomes to get out of my seat.
Your seat. So you're rolling with it. You're gonna shed blood over a seat.
It doesn't have to be shed blood, but it looks like it's gonna might go.
Yeah. I rolled a 14.
If these gnomes
So I'm
ain't gonna
standing
get out of
there
my
with a
seat.
blunderbuss.
I'm just gonna go walk up to the bar and stay over there.
Yeah, you're fine.
One of these.
I'm not doing any of it.
Wow, double natural 19s. They are not persuaded.
No.
I left. You guys are fucked. Bye. Oh, I went to the bar. You
She's
guys
just
are
sitting at the bar, like watching this play out. Just real quick. So what are you drinking? What can I get for you?
I'm gonna
you
have
see
a
like
hard red wine.
a large red wine.
Yeah.
Okay, so he pulls out like a pint, like which seems like a kind of a rare glass, and then he pours
It
what
comes in
seems to be
pints.
about 3/4 of a whole bottle of wine into the pint glass, and then hands it over to you and says that's gonna be 1 gold.
I'm gonna give him 2.
And he gives you the rest of the
I'm
bottle.
not getting on any bad
He
terms
gives you
with
the
these
rest of the
fuckers.
bottle and
1
says thank
gold.
you.
Freaking gnomes.
You guys are fucked. So.
And like his common accent is perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, like he speaks perfect common, and then he fluently rolls into undercommon to deal with his other customers who are actual gnomes.
Oh, you
I'm
might
gonna-
be on top
well,
of Peter.
Before their floating birds up.
Clearly got
You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until they're done because if they get
okay,
in
so you're sitting
trouble, I'm
watching
gonna
playing
wait.
out. Okay. What are you doing, Master Dwarf?
Yeah, I think I'll jump in with the cleric here. She's probably watching.
So the paladin, seeing the cleric in distress, you make a perception check just for giggles. Just 'cause I know it's gonna be horrible.
A
Yeah.
1.
Wait.
Typical.
So you see the cleric in distress as these flexing gnomes are like trying to intimidate him from their seats.
They got a blunderbuss, a mechanical alligator, and a guy in crazy bejeweled full plate trying to
Tell them to
not-
get the hell out of my
They
seat.
will not be moved.
And now this fucking paladin.
And the paladin, just getting the lay of the land, sees like these flexing gnomes. Yes.
Oh no.
My last ditch effort is to try to convince, was it Tick and Tack?
Ted and Tat. That was still awesome. Like they're still itty bitty. They're kind of sweet. Like just imagine like two miniature James Deans. Like maybe James Dean has like a baby dressed up in a leather jacket, and like he's got it on his seat behind him, and he's got his pack of cigarettes rolled up in his white tee. These like non-greaser, clean-cut looking kids. Minus the shaved, but like, you know, fashy haircut. Just, you know, bread and butter type kids. Standing up to these monsters invading their bar. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, no, so yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
can
on
we
their
sit
side,
down?
so I try and
You already are sitting down.
Go.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Like you're blocking one of them in if he was gonna try to make an escape, but like your posturing has got them backed into a corner and they're not gonna
Because you're
back down.
3 times their height.
Oh, I thought there was an open space.
This is Tar. This is a gnome.
I'm going to invite him to leave.
So yeah, in common, not his native tongue.
That's
you tell
like
him
almost
in-
high enough to
in-
jump at sucking a dick.
he speaks undercommon, common, and if there is a secret gnomish language, he would speak
I feel like-
secret
I
gnomish
feel like there
language.
should be a no, I don't. So,
Yeah, so in common, you tell him to get out of his own seat that he's trying to have drinks at, and so now he's standing up next to you, and telling you to leave him alone.
get this bitch.
Just leave me alone, mister. Go find another table.
Okay.
This is my table. Now get the out.
He's not narrative.
Okay, well, let me try.
No.
Get the fucking.
Here, I'm gonna intimidate them and say that.
Okay, so roll an intimidation check.
Oh
In case it's not implied,
No,
I
wait.
have an action ready to blast 2 shots straight into the face of the first person to be
And I
aggressive.
definitely
Yeah.
don my shield.
Throw my hands up
Warhammer
and
at
go
this
get
point.
drinks.
Okay, so
The first gnome to
So
be
he has
aggressive.
17.
To
Okay.
specify.
So they're gonna roll to resist.
If they continue to be aggressive, Tar's going to react. To
Holy shit! Double natural 18s. Like, look at this. Side by
19s
side.
and then
Tick
18s.
and
That's
tack.
ridiculous. That looks pretty good.
So, yeah, they shall not be moved.
yeah, I know.
Right,
They're
we always had a
indomitable.
good one.
So they look over at the dwarf. Figured you'd be on our side. What happened?
I just kind of flash my belted dwarven kind at them.
Let's see if they recognize what a belted dwarven kind is. Natural 18, natural 16. Why are we not fighting right now?
What's the
It's
So
a belt that gives you
it
the
gives
dwarven language
it gives me
and
+2 con as well as advantage on charisma checks against dwarves.
you speak dwarven.
So,
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
not dwarves.
but I have a
They're
helm
not
of comprehend
They're
languages, so
gnomes.
Yeah.
like it's
they are
all
gnomes.
it's all blurry.
So you're like magically stacked out.
Yeah, that's the entire shtick. Is tiny little magic buffs all over the place.
All right. So yeah, they shall not be moved. We're not leaving our table.
Job, is it worth it to you to have this table?
There's
Absolutely.
a literally
Are you
identical
Is
table
this-
being
Is
occupied
this
by
not
your
reason
compatriots
enough that
across the
we
bar.
definitely need this table?
But read it.
it's just
Mine is too.
What's the dark side? How are we supposed to How are we supposed to check this map out if we're not in this most ominous corner? People are gonna look at the map.
Oh, okay.
They're gnomes. They know their city.
Dude, but this
On the
isn't a
standard
I don't even
size
know where we
line,
are on the map now.
I
Doesn't matter.
think it's really good.
We'll be back to where this
Generally.
map will be someday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
But they don't know that.
I really have my heart set on this
Euron,
corner, guys. Come
in
on.
any sort of like interaction right now?
So he's not purposely, or maybe is purposely, boxing in the far end. So it's not like a booth, because booths require like fancy construction, and you can't just repair. Long story short, this is just chairs and tables, and so this corner chair and table setup, they're on the inner two chairs. Tar's in a chair on the outer edge, blocking with his girth and the table's position and the wall. He's blocking them in on one side, and Giron is
We just
standing
slayed an
blocking them in on
emperor,
the
and
other.
now we can't have.
And so their only options are to go over the table through these two who are boxing them in on the front side, or
Can I
under
just
the table
move the
between their
table?
legs.
Like,
I'm just going to slide them a piece of gold and ask them how much is it worth it to them.
We've already
decided to face you down, mister.
Alright, let's do
Is that a threat?
That's not a threat. We're just not going to move. This is our table.
My friend here informed me that this is in fact our table, and it does not belong to you.
I'm just
This
gonna
is
walk
our
up and
table.
intervene to Giron and them. I'm going to remind
Can't
them
we
that
just
this
sit down?
Can you shut up? I'm gonna remind them that this is not their
Fucking
home
empty
and they are
table.
not native to this land and this is not their table. And I'm gonna look Giron in the fucking face. In the fucking face. Put the gun down.
don't put that gun down.
You shut up.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm a supervisor.
I'm gonna shoot you.
She's the supervisor.
Yeah.
Technically, you're all
Not
You're-
my
fugitives, but
supervisor.
whatever.
God's my supervisor.
Yeah,
he
good luck
he says this is
facing
my
him.
table.
Anyway, put the gun down.
Don't do it. These
I
guys
have
are enemies.
I have a different quest we need to go on.
What is your name?
I'm Tad. I'm Tad.
Tad and Ted. What is it that you do on a day-to-day basis in order to gather resources?
Well, we all kind of actually work on the farm.
What do you farm?
Well, mostly like wheat and, grains and stuff that grows in open plains.
Their homestead.
Are you aware of the products of the distillation of wheat and other whole grains?
Yes.
Do you currently possess the distillated products of the fermentation of wheat and other whole grains?
You mean like some sweet Grey Goose?
Yes. If you give me at least 1 liter of your distillated products of grains, I will not splatter your brain against your cousin.
I don't have it on me, but I could get it.
That is too bad.
No.
What?
What?
What is happening?
Not in this town.
No.
Here on.
What do you do?
I gave you the little click of the tongue.
So that was it? That's so roll an attack roll.
I'm walking the fuck away now.
Yeah, okay. It's
Alright.
actually
Don't get
2
on my
attack
double
rolls
me.
because we're repeating and
Yeah, we literally
various
don't
things.
even. We haven't even talked to your friends yet.
No.
I'm
What's
not even
happening?
in this. I'm not in this.
Do you
Oh,
still
I
want
got
to
to take
manage this
back
table
there.
now?
Matt.
That's
Yes,
a
someone
23 and a
do.
28.
Want to rest?
Both hit.
I'm not in. I'm done. I tap
Trying to
out.
rest at this place, you know.
Oh, we won't be resting here now.
Oh, we still will. I'm sure.
For
You
an
won't be.
11
I
and
mean,
You
12.
will.
I will. I'm the one to shoot him in
Yeah.
the face.
Yeah, Karon's about to.
How
blow
many
up
total
this
now?
11 and 12 adds up to
23.
23 total magical bludgeoning.
So yeah, you
Or piercing? It's a bullet.
is it a bullet
slug
or
or
is
is
it
it
like shot?
It's bullet out of a musket.
It's
So,
Wow.
a slug.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. 2 bullets.
The
out
first
of a
the
musket.
first shot punches a really big hole,
Magical
just
loading.
off center of his face. The second punches another hole, and it's like, fuck.
Fuck you guys.
Hey, whoa.
And fuck your
Only
god.
perfect. Whoa!
And yeah, everybody hears like a bang. There's a
other
bunch of
gnome should
screams.
leave.
Everybody freezes. All the
Or-
gnomes hit the floor.
Or perhaps we
all
should.
Froze?
Well, no, everybody hears it. Like
Oh.
you're right there. You know what's happening. Your ears are ringing a little bit.
I was like, oh, okay, what's the matter with you, robot? I was just gonna rough him up a bit.
I
Bartender
roughed
doesn't
him up
mind.
as much as possible.
It's Jesus, actually.
And I've just like
Fuck him.
turned the musket to the other gnomes.
Why you
sitting
gonna
there.
hate my religion?
Iron resolve.
Did you just see what the fuck you just
Oh
did?
my
I didn't do that.
Natural 15. Natural 15.
You
Like
provoked
to
it.
like save to not like cower in fear.
So, I believe that my friends would like to sit at this table.
I do not.
I am going to put my hand on your shoulder.
With complete composure, he takes a knee
and
up onto
cast
the table,
guidance.
walks past and out of the bar.
Plus D4 for ability check.
I'm just gonna go back to the bartender. Bartender.
Job,
another
I
one,
have
please.
freed a seat for you.
Thank you.
And give him another gold.
And
On
I
top of
kind
the
of pushed
gnome.
that little other gnome person, like, you know.
You're not gonna loot him.
Just kind of sloughed underneath the
Elbows.
table.
I
I'm not,
just
Shit,
swing
I'm not
the
trying to
like,
murder
my
him. I'm just
musket
trying to
onto my
sit
back.
down, alright? Jeez, that
Pull
was
out
the
a
whole
book.
plan.
You're
I'll have a
provoked
seat.
it.
And
You
the most
provoked it
ominous
for
table.
death.
Oh, actually, I pick up my block of wood that's half carved into a flute.
Garçon.
I'm gonna go back to
Coffee.
Gehenna and
This
give them a
is
note and tell them.
Crises, which is Holly's
Uh,
character.
So this being
She's a
uncommon
tiefling
behavior for this area,
something pirate.
things are not going back to normal.
She's in charge.
Like,
No.
there are people like
Fantastic.
sneaking out. Like every time you all are not looking at gnomes, they're all running out of like the bartender's gone.
Oh, I'm like watching.
All the patrons are kind of like leaving.
I'm gonna walk up to Giron and ask him to read the note that I had found for the criminal contact, since I know he's a computer.
Rosalind, what is it that you have here?
I made a criminal contact, or I tried to, and I found a note at a little bar sticking out, but I can't read it.
I have the home of comprehend languages.
Classic dragon boys.
So
Can't read.
Neither can you.
it reads, "Dead drop closed until further notice."
Wait, what did it read?
So you
Dead
can't
drop
read that map I
closed
handed
until
you?
further
This?
notice.
I can read.
The note says that
These maps in common, right?
the
Yeah.
person managing it is currently busy without a date of return.
Okay. That's fine.
So are we just gonna drink until the guard shows up? Or?
No, I'm
I
gonna leave
suppose
the
we are
bar.
now.
I'm leaving.
I wanted to take a long rest here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try and find my friend.
Look.
And
This isn't the way to take a long
apologize.
rest.
So make a perception check.
Like chances are over half
And where
of
were
the
you when all
people
this
in
shit
that
was
bar
going on?
Friends
never
only.
You were over there,
been
right?
that
I was over
loud,
there and then
let
I
alone
walked
two
away to
in
get drinks.
Okay.
a
And how familiar are you
succession
with this
of,
place?
Like a single second.
Very familiar.
Okay, so you know there's a cellar just beneath
Boom.
and behind the bar,
Uh-huh.
and you assume that's where the owners
It's a
or
goddamn
whoever's
musket. How
working,
loud do you think it is?
because it's usually just one or two
It's a
people.
black
You
powder
assume that's where
musket.
they're at.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like extra.
So
long to
you find your way over there, and you knock on the trap door, and say,
Oi! Stuff!
Stuff.
Stuff coffin thing.
"We're not coming out if that lunatic's still out there with his cannon."
What's your name? Giron? Like, God fucking damn it, Giron, get out!
Get out.
Leave the building.
Where?
Leave the building so we can get a room.
No, Giron, this is your home just as much as it is ours.
You know what? You don't belong
No,
here
it's
either. Go with
not.
them.
I'm not leaving. I just got this table.
We should kill him. We should kill Job.
What?
I'm just saying, let's kill Job.
It's about that time
Don't
that
kill
uh,
Job.
you hear the pitter patter of what might be a dozen
Job's
Don't make
gnomes,
Job that.
no, Job's
Uh,
in the contract.
all rolling up
He was
with
there.
an assortment of different
contract?
weapons.
Still worth killing.
Everybody who's paying attention to
To
the sound of my
protect the
voice roll a
detachment.
perception check.
Okay.
Which is our group.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm playing.
Is that
17.
That's perception is wisdom.
Oh, right. Okay.
20.
So,
You have a +4 to yours.
19.
Or D4.
Okay.
Oh, plus D4.
So y'all
Oh, that's
see
good.
about a dozen
So 20?
well armed in a different
17.
variety of armor styles. There's leather, there's plate. There's somebody that appears to possibly be in just
God fucking
robes,
damn it, I hate you guys.
carrying a staff of some sort, and there's an arraignment of different weapons as well. Some of the leather-clad guys are carrying what appear to be long rifles. There's a couple of guys in plate. They seem a little bit taller than the other gnomes, for those of you that have the ability to perceive the difference in height of these smaller people. And some of them have like a long sword to you, but a great sword to them. And just a variety of different methods of destroying you intruders.
So, Garon, how does that teleportation amulet of yours work again?
So was everyone like immediately around me?
No. Where did you go?
I fucking left.
Like
I
you
was
left the
leaving the
bar
building.
back out to the street, where
She's been saying this entire encounter
Yeah.
that she's leaving the building.
yeah. Well, no, she said she was gonna
I'm
hang
not
out
gonna
at the
fucking
bar
kill
at the
a
other
bunch of
side.
innocent people that I don't know. So
Yeah.
fuck you guys.
Okay.
Except all those times that you did exactly that.
They weren't innocent. Those guys are rich and unfucking.
Yeah, but these
uncanny.
guys were gnomes and uncooperative.
And Stomp's probably family that you just.
No,
killed.
they weren't family.
50th cousins,
50th
for sure.
cousins, For sure.
For sure, that's
Family.
like way
The robot
distant
killed
removed.
Still fucking
Yeah,
family.
and the robot
Like
killed
they,
them.
they weren't
Because-
first cousins,
He
but
doesn't
like
know
she
any
knew their
better.
names.
Well, I'm outside anyway. I'm waiting for everybody.
I'm here to protect.
Yeah, he's here to protect.
I'm not protecting your fuck ups.
That was my table.
Did you just TPK? So who's immediately around me?
I'm sitting across from you at the table.
You have
I'm right.
him,
sitting
him,
at
and
the table with
him,
you.
and I think her.
You guys
No,
are at
I'm
the bar.
over by
I was
the
just
cellar.
standing there yelling at him, but it's fine.
My seat.
Yeah. So she's 30 or 40 feet away from you. These guys are within arm's reach. She's outside the building. Brawny is.
I was just standing behind them, like,
Yeah, what is going on now?
So standing at the bar about 30 feet away, like just shrugging, like wishing you had a drink to comprehend this retardation.
This
Thank you,
wasn't
please
part.
don't come again.
Gentlemen, how may I help you?
We hear there's a disturbance here.
Just robots.
Nothing was disturbed. You can take this body.
That seems like a disturbance to me. It's gonna be pretty disturbed when I have to tell his parents that their only son is dead.
You know their parents.
They know everyone is.
Can I do a persuasion check?
Why
and
does it
have
seem like there's so
some
many of these guards?
know me? And, like,
Just their
how
family.
much of them too, that they maybe help us out.
They're no ones, dude.
Like
Movies.
there's no nomies. They're all wearing uniforms in such a way that you can't recognize them.
Okay.
I was gonna go ahead and use my magical tinkering to make his collar that I'm currently touching make a sound representing his voice that I heard earlier. What
Make
do
a
you say?
performance check.
What do you say? Yeah, okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, -3, 6.
You make a unconvincing, mocking impersonation of the poor, nearly decapitated young
I
lad.
just throw his voice to the object and
Yeah, like there's like
or
a
to
little
the
bit
corpse
of the
object,
upper jaw because of the
where's
angle.
difference?
There's a little bit of the
Where's
upper jaw,
line?
and then like just a hole, and then a little bit of the forehead, and just a hole.
Wow.
Like you just put like 2 ball bearings through. It's like shooting BBs through a carrot.
Where's this necromancer?
I'm just gonna toss the body to the ground, and who's Tar,
Yeah.
Thorgrim, and
So we're just gonna roll
Jogron.
initiative because there is no surprise round. But
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
we're just gonna do this.
That is a 17 for me.
Let me get some quick stats rolled up here, because
7.
I have to manage a dozen guys to possibly even make this difficult for you fucking murder hobos.
Well, we are not murder hobos. Do not
Yeah,
put
minus
that
two.
label on us.
Should we smoke break before this?
Yes.
So we can set the map up?
Yes.
Sure does.
Okay, so we have all 12 of the soldiers, then Giron, then Thorgrim, then
It's gonna be very
Brawny,
close.
then Job, then Stoff, then Tar.
Can you just download it and
Wait, when did the soldiers go?
First.
Oh.
All of them. They came in ready for a fight.
Who goes before me?
Before Thorgrim is Giron, the robot.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright, so I'm going to roll for
top? Very top.
Dude, good thing I had my shield on.
four guys at a time. Because they're all going to just go in waves and fuck shit up.
Can I
Very
taunt
bottom.
them to attack me before they go?
No, because they have initiative.
What if I said, bring it, you dirty gnomes?
They would not hear you because,
So I'm just holding a gnome corpse and they're gonna attack me?
yes.
So Rosalind's outside by the door. We are in the corner, so I'm guessing
So
it's right here.
their first move is going to be volley. So 4 of the guys with long guns out in front are going to take a knee, aim and fire at Giron, and
As
You've
a
got
reaction, can I step
nine-
in front of him with my shield?
are you a protection fighter of some sort where you can do that?
No.
Alright, I can do that. You're right next to me, right?
Yeah, but it's for Giron. Where are you all placing yourselves?
So the 3 of them, these gentlemen and me, are all by the booth with the 2
Yeah.
gnomes, one of them dead.
So you're semicircle facing
No, I
them.
think the other one
but,
left.
So are you within 5 feet of Giron? That's the question.
I was pretty central between them, and Tar was sitting down.
I was also saying that.
Okay.
Yeah. He was sitting down like, yeah.
I never said it.
So
And you're standing, say, right at the other booth.
so is he within 5 feet to stand in front and take a bullet for?
If you're like.
It's 5 feet.
I would say so. You can move that. You would have to-
Okay.
Is this the adventure book?
It is.
So I have like I need to look up that defensive ability.
Paladin.
It's in like the beginning of the book.
Yeah, I'm on like 89.
All right. While we're working that out, does 19 or 23 hit?
Both.
Okay.
16 AC.
Okay.
Just a little +1.
That's because of...
So take 23 piercing damage as these are low caliber rounds.
Magical item. 20 what?
23 total
Okay.
piercing damage.
Brings
And-
me to 68.
That's fantastic. They're going to fire again. Natty 1, we're going to roll for misfire. Natty 6, misfires on himself. Takes 6 damage.
I think I found out the defensive ability. If that's
Okay.
Oh, those
Are you a
are the
protection
guys.
fighter or?
Yeah. Protection
Said there was a
fire.
dozen of them.
If they're within 5 feet of me, I can use my reaction, my normal reaction to
And there are.
impose disadvantage on the attack
Impose
roll.
disadvantage. Okay. All right, we'll do that for the next shot. Dervader.
Thanks.
Thank you. That's fantastic. I love to have people use their abilities.
And is it a musket or a flintlock pistol?
It is a long rifle of my own design.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys are thrown together to make it fun to fight with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I only ask because I'm the only one here with proficiency with powder weapons. So
Yeah. So these guys fire volleys of like triple barrel kind of flintlock long rifles.
triple barrel.
Triple barrel.
Oh man, I should pick one of them up.
Yeah. So what it is you get 3 shots and then you spend 2 rounds reloading.
Shouldn't it be like 3 rounds? Did you have to reload 3 different barrels?
No, because it's 1.5 per round. Because if you're fucking good, like Giron would be with that, do you really want to take 3 rounds to reload 3 shots?
No, I guess I won't even need it because the magic incantation on my rifle automatically reloads it, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. So these guys go, and then they fall back, and then these next guys are gonna fucking hit you with great swords.
The whatever I want box.
I can only activate 3 incantations at the same time, and I currently know 5,
How many reactions can I
which
have?
are repeating shot, resistant armor,
It's 1 reaction per round.
mini-handed pouch, replicate bag of holding, replicate cloak of the manta ray. And 2 of those are redundant with each other
1 per.
for very good reason.
Oh, yeah.
That may not be correct, but that's okay.
Okay.
All right, cool. So we have our next round of attacks against use guys. After seeing Giron take a couple of bullets with very little effect, these guys are going to fall back and... Oh wait, they have to take their 3rd shot still, correct? 3rd shot coming up? I was in, yeah, 3rd shot.
Oh,
So I'm going to do a 3rd shot. Yeah.
they have 3 attacks in a round?
They have 3 attacks in a round. And they're going to do it at disadvantage, so we've got 2 natural 2s. Pretty hard to get lower than that.
Yeah, miss.
What if they get a...
That's a natural 6.
Miss.
But we've got a natural 17 on a natural 15. So
AC 16.
yeah, so we got a hit. So we're gonna do 1 hit, which is, where's my dice? Gotta be an intentional roll. That's 8 piercing damage.
Down to 60.
All right. Now we're gonna do the footman. So that was your reaction. You spared him 3 shots. Well done, son. Wow, that's just muy malo. So this is gonna be melee attacks against Thorgrim. That is correct. And we have a natural 16 plus 7 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah, 20 AC.
20 AC. All right. So you're gonna take one greatsword attack.
Okay.
Hopefully on the fudging head.
Yeah.
Because I want to kill you so bad.
Good luck.
So that's
The
that's a
small greatsword.
12 damage.
All right.
This is a
Damage.
gnome.
Oh, it's reduced because you're the great armor master.
Mhm.
All right, and these guys get 3 attacks because they just wouldn't. Oh, do you want to be attacked? You can be attacked next.
Oh, you want some of this?
Oh, this is fantastic. So let's see, that's a 21, 24, and those are probably the only ones that are going to hit because you're 22 AC.
21 doesn't hit.
Yeah, so
Those are the ones.
So just one of those
damn,
attacks
just
hit.
one, but that's okay. They're going to swing at you again, they don't like you.
How much is that one
1
damage?
damage is going to do 11 damage.
-3. I'm also.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. All right, good for
So
you.
how much damage does that do?
You can't -3 from 11. I think that's 9.
9? No, I just
Yeah.
forgot how much
Yeah.
it was. 8? Yeah, see? Thanks, bro.
He was trying to fuck you.
Just 1 hit point at a time. Oh, natty 20, crit confirm. Yeah, it's probably no good. Still a hit though. I rolled a natural 7 to fall.
So these two, or these three rather,
All right, so we've got 27 and 24 to hit.
actually.
That
All right,
Well,
so we take 2 more. Where's the other one? 2.
they'd have to do like that for whatever the fuck is going on right now.
All right, so we've got
I mean, you had range to blow those fuckers
15,
away.
19.
Yeah. And I'm a powder expert, so I don't
21,
take disadvantage for
total
close quarters
damage.
with my rifle.
So minus 6 is 2 hits, so
Feats.
15. I did good math on that one.
I am so bloody.
Nice. All right, and now the final round of badness coming at y'all. This one's gonna be split between Giron and Thorgrim because you haven't done
I'm
anything
drinking
aggressive
tea.
yet. Yeah, you're just sitting at a
I
table,
was just sitting
kind
at
of
the
being a
table
dick,
too.
but you haven't done anything aggressive
Yeah,
yet.
my friends are being dicks.
I didn't do anything aggressive.
Oh, wow.
Didn't
This is a much better roll.
I just.
Coming
Not while
at
they were
I'm
there.
just sitting with my friends.
I'm not
coming at you
Happen to be
because you
assholes.
seem to have like a very difficult time taking damage. The guys in robes with staffs are gonna kind of come at you pretty hard.
You get the 22
Yeah.
AC.
Why? You said they were.
No, it's gonna be split between you and Thorgrim.
You said it was.
So first
That's not what
they're-
you said.
Alright,
Sorry.
Yeah, you know, you're gonna like it anyway.
take it.
So you get. No, you've already used your reaction. This is just a bunch of fucking raining shit on you.
Yeah.
All right. So first I need you to make a Constitution saving throw of 15.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
All allies in 10 feet get +2 to their saving throws.
He's remembering his meta.
That's good to know.
He just has auras. He doesn't even have to turn them on.
Oh,
It's just like if you're within 10 feet of him, fuck me.
I remember playing Paladins.
Oh god.
That's
Plus 3.
It's 3 plus 2. 13.
Boo! You're scared.
I'm scared.
You're scared, but wait, there's more.
Scared.
There's more. Yes.
Scared right now.
Yes, you are.
I just want to take the long rest.
Oh,
You can't be frightened ever.
Fuck no, if you're 10 feet of me.
Gnomes are the worst.
families can't be frightened.
You're not gonna be
You were
frightened.
gonna be
Based.
welcome to take the long rest. You had to get all aggro with
Oh
me.
I
boy,
didn't-
a long rest
I
would have
didn't.
been.
I told them to
pretty
move and they
swell.
wouldn't. It's their
We're
fault.
We could have went.
They should have realized true
Rescued
strength
literally
when they
today.
seen it.
We're on the 7th.
Instead, we're fighting in a bar again.
Because you guys decided Job was a good idea.
Well, I mean, I haven't killed
You
him yet.
decided Job was a good idea.
I learned this from you.
Wait, so I'm
Don't-
scared.
No, you don't
You
get
don't
scared
learn shit from
apparently.
me.
I don't know
I've
the
been
words
watching you
verbatim,
for
but
months.
Me?
he's not gonna lie to me.
I didn't go near him.
He just has
No,
his
not
divine
again.
auras and shit. Divine presence, I believe it's called.
I mean, as
But
long as I
this
got
is
more than
how
one
the
eye.
party handles things.
This is how I walk away.
I'm not sure about
She's off
more than
trying
one
to find her
hour.
criminal contact.
You once killed a halfling with a triple crit with a pie.
Because he pissed me off.
So,
He literally called out
That's
my
canon.
dragon
or no,
build.
not a pie. It was a plate full of steak.
But,
Yeah.
So,
He fucked it up.
It wasn't
Fucked
cooked
it
well
up.
enough or
Yeah.
something, right?
He fucked it up.
Anyway, so
He was
you're,
really
if
mean
you're
about
if you're
my
immune
family.
to fright, they're still
I don't
gonna
know
come
if
at
it
you
was
again
like
with
he was
something
mean
else.
I take offense.
He's racist towards my kind. Fucking hate
All right,
him.
make a DC 11 saving throw.
out of character, this is
Wisdom saving throw.
assuming you have the proper conversation with
Yeah,
Geron.
practically.
This is the one time you get punished by your previous actions.
Plus 3 plus 8.
My previous
so
actions.
Yeah,
7
you're
plus
there.
8.
Well, whatever.
You're
I guess
15,
you
yeah,
don't
you're
care. So-
I'm not even in the bar.
No,
so
I
You're not gonna
looked directly
you
at
didn't
you
drop
and
dead.
nodded.
So you
Yeah.
got
That's it?
Yeah, you're not
good.
dead.
I was
Good.
in
I do
Verge.
actually get to make an
Yeah,
attack.
It's
The
not
subtle
action.
is just
Yeah, it's just part of being around you.
I'm
kind of
not
like me
I'm-
trying to slow the
Yeah,
king.
so, and you don't have to have it up, and it's
Trying
just like
to slow
aura
the
of
king,
protection,
and what
aura
you
of
do.
courage.
Someone's
Can't be
always
friends,
gonna
so you
shit
just-
the bed.
You say my ass more
You
than
just-
one
just by
way.
standing
Two
there.
slugs
Yeah.
stand.
All right, and now your last thing, the last attack, and this is going to be 2 on you, 1 on you, 1 on you.
Alright.
All right, so
Nope.
I designated one of these for you. That's a 3, so that's not going to hit.
These
But a natural
multi-attacking machine
19
gun gnomes.
plus, yeah, we got you.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
I hope
sure
they're like
did.
flame balls.
24.
That hits. No, it doesn't.
Because guess what I
All
have
right,
locked
and then
loaded.
natural 17 plus 5 is 22. Okay, and natural 18 hits Giron.
Tough.
So. All right, and then
It's me.
yeah, you're getting hit.
Okay.
Yes, it's no big deal. So you're gonna get 9 damage Giron, and then each of you are gonna take 7 damage, and this is magical damage. These are like small fireballs.
Okay. So you think our
Wait, was it fireball
minus
towards
damage
me?
would help still? Or is
Uh,
No,
I
it's
said
magical
so you
damage.
shot
It's
me.
magical damage because it's fire.
oh, okay.
Was the damage
So you
against
can't
me
take
fire
the,
damage?
It was fire
Reduction,
damage.
right?
Oh, yeah, it's half.
Okay, so you take 3 because I'm not gonna
Take
drop the
7.
low.
4.
Whatever.
But yeah.
Yeah, was it
Guys, I look like I'm on the brink of death, by the way.
That's totally fine.
What's your health?
Don't worry, I
I'm
go
not
next.
in there, but
He's not gonna heal himself. All right, it is now Giron's turn.
Alright, so, not the 3 that have their swords out, but the closest musketman to me, which is about 10 feet away. BT Dubs, Powder Expert feat. I take no disadvantage for close quarters with my guns.
Okay.
I'm going to lob off 2 rifle shot or musket shots at that that gnome.
Okay. Has he taken damage from his backfire? Is that the one?
Whatever. So these 3 had their melee weapons out. This 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one right here, closest to me.
Oh, there's
about
4
10
with
feet
melee
away.
weapons total. There's 12. There's 12 gnomes. Okay.
That's what it would have to be. So otherwise, whichever the closest
Okay.
musket.
Okay.
gnome
Closest
is,
musket man would be the red.
I'm
and-
gonna let off 2
Okay.
shots. That is a 28 and a 22.
Yeah, those hit.
For 10 and 13 damage.
God damn.
And then I have more actions to take beyond that.
Okay.
Move to here, and then my alligator is going to. What happened to that gnome?
You hit him.
I shot him twice, point blank range.
Yep.
And he's standing.
Yep.
Okay, and Fink runs up to him, and he's going to take. This is my bonus action to
Mhm.
control him. A bite attack against him at a 25
That hits.
for 10 damage.
He's hurt.
And then that is also going to Arcane Jolt to heal Dwight for 2d4.
It's dope, by the way.
Oh, I rolled 2 1s, so 2, you get 2 healing.
How does the Arcane Jolt work?
So 5 times a day, whenever Fink hits someone, he can either add 2d4 force damage or 2d4 healing to a target within 30 feet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That guy's pretty fucked up, and he was starting out fresh, but he's. Yeah.
And the big
all right.
stone guy
It is
is
now
obviously
Thorgrum's
Fink.
turn. So here's what you see. You got guys lined up right in front of you across the way, and then you've got guys kind of lined up with ranged attacks of some sort.
Well,
You-
how
little
much
bit off
health
to your
do you
left.
have?
You're not teleporting?
Is that like 2 metagames?
I was kind of
Can't
cut
really
off.
tell my health
So
points.
no.
He looks pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine, just go
Well,
on with
I just
your
backed
other
up
work.
and started
Oh,
laying down
okay, I'll lay on
shots.
hands and heal him back to full. However many points that costs.
If you use your full, it's your full hit points that you have
And I'm
available
staying
daily. It's
outside
like
the bar.
I think you have 1 per paladin level, so you have 10 hit points to get.
Oh no, it's it was twice.
Out of game.
It's
Not my important.
Welcome to our world.
Out
Five,
of
so
the
5
game.
times your
You don't
charisma
have to do
modifier,
that.
perhaps.
it's 5 times
No,
my
I'm
level,
not.
so-
I'm trying to get
5
to
times your
my
paladin
number.
level? Hot damn, that's a lot of hit
So I've
points.
got 50 heal. Like I can give him 50 just.
Okay,
The low one.
so how
No,
many do you need?
They said it was just.
So
I
you
need
know-
more than 50, but
You
yeah.
need
What's your
50?
max?
I'll take 50.
That could
71.
be underneath.
Okay, so you
On
spend
your
your turn
initiative.
giving him divine healing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I get 50?
It's not your
No,
yeah, you
no,
got
but that's where I was.
She was
I had
moving there
knocked.
before
Oh,
Yeah, I
a lot
had
better.
knocked and like
Whole lot
said
better.
that-
Feel a
All
lot
right.
better.
Out again, though.
Cool.
Don't worry about killing
It
Fink
is.
because
Oh,
I
do you
can
want to
make
move?
another.
And do you have a bonus action that you can do?
Mending.
Well, I think that might
Same
be.
here.
Sorry, I think that might be. a
That's
bonus action.
that's an action. Lay on hands is an action because you're actually
Maybe I'll
physically
walk
touching
down
him.
to the bar.
Okay, well then, but we're like.
You're in melee,
Does
so if
Rosalind
you
overhear any of this?
Yeah, because I'm initiative 2, right?
you would a total of 5 because I think you have +3 dex. So you're second to last, and you definitely would have heard gunshots. You've heard a
But
total
you're not in the
of
tavern?
No, but I
like
can
15
still walk in.
gunshots now, give or take. 12, 14, 14.
So whose turn is it right now?
So we're moving towards Brawny, but we're making sure that he doesn't have a bonus action or movement.
No, it isn't actually. I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. So Brawny, it is your turn. Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm gonna move behind the bar with stuff.
Okay.
Cover's good.
Is there anything you'd like to do from behind the bar?
Yeah, you
Ooh,
can pass from
I'm just gonna
behind the
enjoy the show.
Wait,
Okay.
were you trying to make attacks on your turn?
No,
No,
you
I
healed me up.
Did full healing.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Joe, you're up.
Alright.
So if you attack the one diagonal from you, Fink will give you advantage from flanking.
I'm gonna do a fat AoE. Do I have like room for a 20 radius circle and not hit my companion?
Do you have spell shaping?
No.
Do you have the
Easy
intelligence to
no.
aim it?
But I can aim it to a point I want, yeah.
Like you can place it and then it's a 20-foot radius. thing?
On the point where I choose,
Oh
it'll
yeah,
be a 20
you
foot
can
radius.
absolutely do that.
Yeah, like you could hit those 8 gnomes,
You could put
including
it
one of them
here.
shooting.
That hits
You
4
could
people.
put it here.
It's a 20-foot radius. It's pretty big.
So that's
5,
5, 10, 15, 20. So
Oh.
if you put it here, it would hit fucking
All of that
all
shit
of
and not
those
hit
8.
someone. Cool.
Yeah, I want to do that in the way it hits the most, and I want to do insect plague.
Insect plague.
Technically,
Okay.
you could put it in a position where it hit all 12 of them and Fink specifically, and that's totally fine with me. Hit Fink.
And that's your alligator?
Yeah.
Okay, then I do that.
Okay. So insect plague on all of them.
Yeah.
What do they do to save? Do they
Oh.
save, or do they just take it?
Okay, so.
And then how many d6 do you need?
Center on a point you choose within range, a sphere spreads around corners, and the sphere remains for the duration.
For the duration.
It's a 10-minute cast, yeah.
10-minute cast or 10-minute
10-minute
duration?
duration, sorry.
Okay. And how many d6 do you need?
The sphere's area is difficult terrain.
That's fine. How
If
many
it's
Okay.
d6 do you
grinding,
need?
don't
4d10.
keep doing that.
4d10. Interesting.
Yeah.
Each
don't keep
creature
doing that.
in it
It's
must
telling
make
you
a
not to.
Constitution save throw. A creature takes 4d10
How many
piercing
do you have?
damage on a failed save, or half as much
But
on a
since
successful.
you
How many do you have?
can't without grinding,
How do
you
you what?
don't.
How many d10 do you have?
Just one.
Chiropractor, my friend.
Okay, so there's 3.
There's
One
2.
more.
You know how it takes me
No, you're at 4.
a full 20 minutes of stretching in the morning to be able to touch my toes? That's... yeah.
Sorry.
12.
Fuck stretching, I go straight to work.
So, what's the save again?
17.
No, I'm not saying that. No,
Constitution
it's
save.
Okay,
just-
Constitution of
That's what it
17
takes.
save.
That's how you do it like 5 times out of 10. So 50% of the time.
Yeah.
Can't do it without like completely bending his knees though. So I don't
And
know
it's
if I
all
can.
12 of them have to make a save. So,
No,
Getting
Eventually.
better though.
Eventually I will get to it. Just
Okay,
a
so
slight bend
there's
at the
one
end of the
failure.
routine. That's-
and we'll do that
Which
as one
you
of
should
the
never do it
riflemen
without
as
a
they
very
are the
slight bend.
Yeah, it's like that.
ones that
Never
are
lock
taking
your
damage.
ears.
You know, Pat?
Yeah, one of them's not looking good.
Yeah. Should never
And
be.
do they
Should
take
just-
damage if they save?
Half.
Half damage if they save.
She's really kind
So
to me.
you should
Alright,
be-
cool.
I must have did something right.
That's your action. Bonus action, movement.
Yeah,
I'm not directly close enough to attack when I went.
That's because you don't take
Where am I?
Yeah, you're within
You're right
melee
here,
of
You are dead center between me and
How long would you take just
Alright, I
Well, I
use
need to
the-
make 8 more
it's a
saves.
badass
but
dwarf name.
I'm just trying to.
I use
That's
the
a lot.
my last
bonus
name's
action
We're all
to
in the same
attack.
place.
I call
What-
people dumb.
What does it look like next to me? I'm bloody.
I put my
I
I wanna take
the
one
red
that's
form in it.
There's
Like,
one
there's
bloody,
also
but
some
he's
things
more
that
close
I didn't move
to
any of those.
That's awesome.
One that I
So when
can.
he
To the
calls me
alligator.
red foreman.
Nice.
Okay.
Thought you guys might get a kick out of that.
Yeah, you can get him.
Okay, so I want to go for him with the bonus action
Oh, I
check.
think I saw my other problem.
You did not use an attack action. You cast a spell. No bonus action attack. You can use. You can.
Murphy's bonus action to attack 4 times per day.
Okay. Okay. Or
Is
priest.
there
Gotta
anyone
call
in
it.
this party right now that isn't kind of a
That's
dumbass?
A hit.
Tar's been making waves the last
And
couple
then I'm
weeks.
also going to do divine
Waves.
strike.
Okay.
For an extra 1d8.
Okay.
We used to
So
be
2d8
nothing.
damage.
We were king's guards. And now look at us.
8 plus
Fighting
You're the
gnomes in a
king.
land we've not been in for 15 minutes.
Not looking good.
Are we
Alright, I gotta
any
make,
better
still
than
alive.
Emperor?
Still alive.
Was that ever the goal?
Okay.
I guess it was just kill the court page. So
Have you tried
Dude, in that
one
rough
yet?
terrain makes it hard for those.
Yeah, they're not moving, so
Have
that's
you tried
fine.
that
Does it
one
give
yet?
disadvantage to those guys shooting?
No,
The king.
That one?
because they're not moving. Terrain is about movement. Does it decrease visibility or anything like that?
$22 wine, $5 or
Difficult
$5.
terrain is like walking around a bunch of squishy ass bugs that you
it's
might
actually
slip.
really good.
Has nothing to do with
It's one of my
visibility
favorites.
or.
My nan gets it all the time. She gets it from
If it doesn't say
Florida.
it's
Nice.
you know
Like,
disadvantage on
If you go into her
perception
guest room,
checks or anything like that, I'm not
under
gonna call
the
it.
guest
I'm not
room,
gonna make
Where
it
can I
hard.
look up
like,
Where can I look
cellar
up difficult?
of wine
Difficult
bottles.
terrain. Prone,
She
stunned,
finds it.
exhausted,
She loves red wine.
blinded,
Never been a huge fan
suffocated,
of
concentration,
I like the
dodge,
Yeah.
grappled, incapacitated,
dry wine's
petrified,
one of my favorites, but it's
paralyzed,
also a higher alcohol content.
poisoned.
That's got a good balance. It's not
You wanna
like
try? Before I hug it all. I know you're not a big fan of the draft. Huh? That's
I'm pretty
fine.
sure difficult terrain is just
I
anything
got,
about
like,
movement is
40
halved
Okay.
and all that stuff. It's not.
That's fine.
That's one that they need to add to the Dungeon Master screen apparently, where I'm not reading it well.
what is that?
Difficult terrain. It's just
I
like
immediately
half
went to
movement.
Warhammer, so
it's difficult terrain is like halved movement.
Should I
I
hug you?
think that's just it.
so.
Cool. Well,
Huh?
You don't really have another choice.
I do actually, but you know.
D6 for each.
Okie
You
dokie.
started it, but
I haven't done anything yet.
well, you're not.
my
You're not.
turn.
Yeah. So I got
Saying you would, but then-
these guys all got to take their damage.
I would
How do they
care if I
work?
help you. You have to call me the supervisor.
What?
Yep.
You're not my supervisor.
No, it's
Well,
from speaker.
if I help you,
Fucking
you
scientists
don't
lying
die.
to me and shit.
If I do help,
I don't know. I got a pretty
die.
nice heal though. I think I'm.
I got dual wielding, and then I also get 4 extra shots.
The billion bobby pins
I got
and
it.
just
Take
throw
that
out
whole-
onto whatever
I have an
horizontal
AoE up.
surface is
If I
available.
make it to next turn, I might kill one.
If we kill all these guys, am I just gonna be like
On the far corner, read all of those, and
No, you're
then turn
fine.
it around.
These are all.
All
One,
of
two,
it,
three.
top to bottom.
I'm not gonna like ruin your alignment because it's loyalty to the party. You're essentially protecting yourself, even
Yeah.
though you
And
were
then
being an
there's a
asshole.
back
Which
page to that.
hopefully you'll make recompense and say some prayers and
I could
That's a
check
good
with
idea.
my now.
continue. Maybe like he's like gonna try and meta and use his divine intervention to make his shield a +2/+2 shield to bring his AC up to 24 to make it retarded.
gonna make a full tank? No.
Yeah.
That'd
That's
be
the
a good one.
idea.
On the back of that, there's
Well,
a
like
lot.
just obscure retarded
Use
low odds,
these
but
attacks.
it's, stick it
Yeah.
to the divine intervention at level 10.
I'm just
So
saying,
the
I
odds
could
are
help
already
out a
pretty
lot.
slim.
No doubt. No doubt.
I
you
could
can
help
help.
out.
So anyway, yeah, you're probably gonna feel like.
But
you have to make
is
some
it worth
prayers.
it for
All
me
right,
calling
one.
you supervised?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
already
it.
am though. 'Cause
All right,
you're
so
part of the
everybody saved but one, because
group. I've
fuck
always
you.
been.
Yes! Ow! I just poked myself in the eye.
But everybody still took damage. In a single round, you managed to
You good
deal.
scrub.
Like
Over
almost
100 damage, right?
yeah, over 100 damage.
Well
Yes.
over 100 damage.
Yeah.
Go me!
All right,
You just took
so
over 100 damage?
No, I did well over 100 damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
fuck.
stop.
Okay,
It is
good.
now your turn. You're behind the bar, talking to cowardly man gnome at the door.
Yeah.
Wait. So he did over 100 damage, and none of these gnomes are dead?
Correct.
No, collectively.
I hit them all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's an AOE. There's an insect plague.
Oh, yeah, by the way. Yeah, we're all kind of like, you can't really move.
Yeah, so
I
just
have
pretend that
91
sphere in the
max,
middle there is
so-
just shifted over to be directly in front of your friends, and that's encompassing a bunch of gnomes.
So
And
I'm
if you move into it, you take that.
knocking to the cellar door, trying to ask him to let me in. Is that gnome that's hiding the one that was my friend that we're going to see?
No, that was not your friend. Was your friend a male or a female? Because I was under the impression your friend was a
I
female.
thought there were 2 friends.
There's multiple.
Okay.
On an inn.
Yeah, they all own an
Yeah,
inn
they
together.
all-
That's right.
All those
So yeah, fuck it. It's one of your friend's days.
okay.
So, it's me, it's Stoff, blah blah blah. Make me believe it.
Is it DHC?
So I'll do our secret. Secret
Oh,
knowledge.
is that Stoff?
I mate.
All of a sudden, he doesn't have his congested, shrieky voice. I guess his balls just dropped finally.
Or just
We're
sounds
gnome to
normal
gnome,
to
so-
them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. It just
Yeah.
sounds normal to a gnome. It's in. Are you in Undercommon?
No, but gnomish.
Okay, gnomish, even better. The secret language of the gnomes.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, you hear Stoff in gnomish, gnoming with her gnome, and she did her gnome knock, and now the cellar door opens, and you gonna go in too, Bronny?
No.
Nope. Gonna hang out behind the bar and just see what happens.
Fireball.
Okay, Tar, you are sitting enjoying your tea, watching an insect plague devour a bunch of gnomes.
Perfect. Perfect. I've been waiting for this. So this is mine.
That's fine.
This is fine.
I needed it. It's okay.
Tar has a desire to kill everything, right?
Oh, thank
He
you.
likes to kill now.
I'm gonna set my tea down.
Is that it?
If he doesn't kill semi-regularly, he
I'm
gets
going to
the
reach
itch.
into my pouch and pull out a little bar of white phosphorus and
Thank you.
crack it in my fingers and cast Wall of Fire basically right across.
Okay, you're gonna consume the insect plague, or at least a portion of it. because it's a wall of fire going through a fucking insect plague.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the insects converge back in after the wall of fire.
Wall of fire stands
Why
for the
don't you do it
duration,
like right
10
here?
minutes.
Does that cause
So you get
fire?
double damage?
1 minute.
It's a wall of fire of insect plagues.
So it's
Wall of
a
flaming insect plagues.
Where's the insect plague now?
I mean, it says piercing.
Where's your insect plague dot at?
is it hitting?
It's a
It's hitting
sphere.
all of them.
It's a sphere in front of you. Like they're now, because you set your T down, there are
It's
now
40 feet,
It's
right?
20 feet.
20-foot radius.
Yeah, so like this block.
No. Okay. 20-foot radius, not diameter.
Yeah, it's the whole.
So 40 feet.
So imagine that black
Oh,
sphere
yeah.
just sitting in your
40
lap.
feet diameter.
So if it were a cube, it'd be 40 feet corner to
First,
corner.
You should probably do it in front of you. They keep them
That's pretty
behind.
crazy.
So yeah, you would see that and you would know that you're just gonna be roasting a bunch of fucking beetles.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they would just go into that. So.
Again, duration 10 minutes. 10 minutes, they're gonna roast your fucking bugs and they're
that's
both gonna
fine.
be useless.
Who cares?
That's fine. Okay. Instead, I'm going to clap my hands together towards the gnomes and cast Thunder Wave.
Thunder wave. Okay, yeah, the cloud of insects will take some damage, but they'll reconverge on the spot.
Each creature within a 15-foot cube
You are.
in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
That includes us, though.
So you're gonna hit 4 of them. It's facing though.
Yeah, I'm doing it away from us towards them.
Oh.
On a failed save, they take 2d8 thunder damage and are pushed 10 feet away from me. On successful,
What's the save?
17. DC 17.
Okay, so 1 failure.
So they're pushed back.
Okay, so they're going to take 2d8 thunder damage, and the ones who succeeded take half. 6 and 6, so that's 12. And the one will be pushed away 10 feet.
Okay, so we're gonna say the one in front of the shortest guy up there, which I'm assuming is Job.
I'm like 6 foot, actually. My
Yeah, but you're the shortest guy up there.
Dwarf.
No, the dwarf is definitely the shortest.
Oh, okay, not. Then whichever one's in front of Job, just pull that one back. Yeah.
My guy, that character model looks short, but I don't think.
Pretty tall.
Well, I mean, I'm not as tall as the little antler man over here, but.
Okay, and then everybody else
That is
takes
tall.
half, which is 6.
Yeah.
And then as for my
6
bonus
what
action,
damage? Or that didn't hit me.
who's been
Never
knocked?
mind.
Who's been hit hard?
I was hit hard, but I'm pretty. I'm
Get
like.
some healing.
I'm both.
I'm looking all
brand new.
alright.
What are you at? Like your health points?
Well, after this minus
56.
6. And what's your max?
71.
I'm gonna heal you for
1,000,000.
8. Bonus action, use the healing kit and give Job a little hand up here.
Cool.
And that's my move.
Rosalind, what are you doing?
I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna do a targeted attack.
It's gonna take you 3 rounds to get back because you were outside in the street.
Is this I'm right in front of the door?
You would have made it a ways before you heard gunshots, though.
Oh, wait.
Unless you just stood outside and
Yeah,
watched the
I
soldiers go
didn't-
in.
I literally didn't move past the bar.
Because
or
you were,
past
like,
the
they were
side.
dicking around for 3 minutes while you were outside. Like,
No, I know.
set a
I just
timer.
needed to get away from them because they were being stupid.
Okay.
But I only stepped out the bar. I
So
didn't
you just
go
went
out
outside
the
to
door.
have, like, a poison breath?
Yeah. So I'm gonna run in.
Poison.
So what's your movement?
It's my movement and my
What's your
action.
30 feet.
30 feet. I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna do a targeted attack on the dwarf that's in front of.
There's a dwarf, there's gnomes.
Or no, sorry, I'm gonna
Don't
do a
get.
targeted
Don't
attack.
walk into an insect.
No, you get right there.
I'm gonna
That's
be
about
able
as far
to
as
do
you can
it.
get. You're gonna see an insect plague in front of you.
I know, I have a bow. I'm gonna do a targeted
Okay.
attack on the guy in front of Tar.
Okay, disadvantage on the attack, so roll 2d20.
Take the lowest.
Why did this?
Shooting through insect plague and
I
shooting.
just said insect plague doesn't do that.
Hey, well, could you hand me a player's handbook?
It's just difficult.
Oh,
Well, yeah. So
So I
she's
got a
going
16.
through the whole thing from the outside. She's not in it. And what
I got a
room?
16
16.
for a targeted attack.
Yeah. All right. So you hit. Yeah, oh, and it's a targeted attack. Targeted attack is a disadvantage.
Oh.
She's aiming at something specifically.
That was my lowest too. But
Yeah.
I
Well,
had a nat 20.
It's like if you're aiming at someone's head,
Oh, I see.
you know.
What are you aiming at?
I'm aiming at his eye, so
He's-
his head. Sorry, at his head. Behind
Yeah.
his head.
Because he's facing at you. So either way, you hit him, but you didn't hit his head.
At
10 damage total.
Yeah.
Okay. The one in front of Tar. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep. Hits
Sorry.
on 12 people.
Our
together.
guys
That's
are
fine.
more important.
Yeah. Okay. So 10 damage.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I got
He
you
is
guys.
an asshole anyway.
All right. So Rosalind comes bursting in the door. All these guys go again.
For you.
So the guys who are in melee with the gnomish great swords are going to wail on the three of you guys and ignore Giron for a moment.
But I'm
Show
not.
them
I
some
rolled
Dwarf
a
superiority.
5, so.
They're gonna fuck you up. Gonna roll a crit confirm on a nat 20. That's a 5, so it's still just a regular ass hit. And then does 18 hit you?
I know.
No.
What is your AC?
20.
Yeah, he's high.
Full plate.
Wow.
He's only
Unheard
higher
of.
than I am. 17.
Yeah. Full plate 20, plate and shield 22.
Oh, I'm playing shit.
He's
My plate has
magic plate.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, Tar, I already know that hits you. So we have, I need 2 more d8s.
My AC is 16.
I have that.
60?
16? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, my lowest roll was a 22 to hit. Yeah.
Are you cheating?
No.
He's fudging the dice.
Oh, I need d6. I derped for a moment. I have tons of d6s. Alright, that makes 10, 10, and 9. Alright, so take 9, take 10, take 10.
Ouchie.
How come I took damage?
You're fag, just reduce it by 3 also. Fucking whiny ass bitch.
Are there any more cheeses? I don't know.
Herbider. I need one more of these things. Where did I throw it? There it is. Alright, now the musketeers are going to shoot at Giron. All 4 of them are going to shoot at Giron. We have 2 definite misses, and then...
AC 16.
okay, so yeah, I got a natural 18 and natural 15, so 2 hit.
I could, guess I should say.
Giron is no longer in your aura.
No more sugar.
No, I
I could
bailed.
give him all disadvantage this round.
How?
He's in 10. Oh, he's got it right.
Yeah, he's not in range.
How much is that?
Alright, so damage time. Alright, that's 10, 12, 16, 21 damages.
Down to 34.
Shit. Yeah, this is just gonna take forever to kill you guys. And you keep getting back up. Alright, and now we're gonna do the magic users who are going to just rain shit on all 4 of you one at a time. I'm gonna roll one at a time because it's going one against each. Alright, against Giron we have 26 to hit.
Miss.
26 to hit hits.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, this is juicy. Take 8 magical fire damage.
So 4 magical fire damage, putting me at 30.
This guy. Half damage. Half damage.
Because fire's a bitch to my mithril.
Alright, and then 17 to hit Tar.
Yep.
Just barely.
Just barely. Alright, and you're gonna take 6 magical fire damage.
Ouchie.
I'm gonna do this.
And for you, Job, natural 16, 23 to hit.
What?
Yeah, plus 7.
Damn it.
They're facing you, which you have like what, plus 8 to hit?
Yeah.
Plus 1,000,000. That's 8 magical fire damage. Oh. And this one is for Thrognar.
Yeah.
No,
Thorgrim.
Thorgrim. Natural 2, miss.
Oh, wow. Just take
We're definitely not going to be staying here at this rate.
I'm sorry for what I had to do next. I'm sorry.
If they don't die from the insect plague this next round.
Yeah, it's doing a shitload of damage.
Wait, it's the end of their turn, right? So they take the damage.
Oh yeah, and everybody who's in the thing, they'll even take opportunity attacks. So roll an opportunity attack for your lizard. 3 of you roll opportunity attacks. They're all gonna march in pace back out of the insect plague.
Oh, okay.
I get a reroll
So
the
one
damage,
step
right?
out? Or how many steps
They're,
out?
however many it takes, it's 20 feet, so they can go out of the way.
That's a 13 to hit with the lizard.
Okay.
I get to redo
Miss.
my damage, right?
You.
For the insect plague.
Well, if they step out before the end of
he's
their
not
turn,
Yeah.
they just don't take damage. That's the meta on clouds effects.
That's stupid.
That's what you get for doing cloud effects.
I wanna recount.
So no, you can make all melee attacks.
Okay.
So
I can
lizard
make melee
misses.
attacks?
Make melee attacks, opportunity attacks.
On how many?
You just get 1. 11 miss.
I missed.
Does proficiency help at all?
Yes, proficiency helps.
So 19.
19, that's a hit. So the lightish green one. Alright. He is not looking very well, and so it's a melee attack, just a single melee attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a. What is
You're gonna dual wield.
No, I'm just gonna. I already have my shield, so where is it? He's smashing pretty good. But anyways,
So like the
it's my normal D8, and then
Okay,
the spell has
divine strike.
yeah.
Add D8 radiant damage, I
It's
believe.
2D8 at first, and
Yeah,
then
Wait,
for like
say-
level 2 or level 3.
Okay.
And how many of those guys need to add?
So you stack it.
So how many D8 are you
I
rolling?
can't talk
Start
about
two. I'm gonna
real
do
life
the level
issues
2 version
that
of it,
you're
so I need
facing
4.
as my
Okay,
boundary.
48.
Oh, and then my weapon.
That was exactly what I
Back.
said.
Those are
It
D10s.
was.
And you need D8s, double pyramids. How many? You have 1?
Yeah, so I would do 4.
There's 2.
That's probably one more. Should probably just leave a couple over here.
They are definitely metal. I got 1 more. Oh yeah, I don't know if you get to do Divine Smite on a reaction. It's a reaction.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I should probably just.
I derped, I'm sorry. We'll leave them over there for now unless I do it later.
3 plus 5, so 8.
8 damage, alright. Not looking
To
good.
be quiet.
I would have like a pillow
Just
over my
hijack
head,
the
and
dark
then
side.
somehow
What's
like
the
I
movement
feel like
speed
the
of
pillows like
gnomes?
carried the sound.
25 feet.
Oh, nice.
So most of those guys didn't make it out of the circle.
They did.
It was 20 feet at where they were, and if they went that way, they'd have to move 40 feet.
No, because they can move out in
That means they'd be all
on Giron and all on the outer edge in front of you.
No, it's because they couldn't share the same space. Some of them wouldn't make it out.
Yeah, no, they'd make it out. They'd make it out because they could have backed up. Okay, so we need to justify the movement. So I need them to go back, and then I'm gonna move them out because they're moving out.
Dude, there's no way you can make it out. If there's
Yes,
a
you can.
40-foot,
Yes, you
20-foot radius, if they're on the edge of the circle in one spot, there's no way they can move that far if they only have 25 movement speed.
Get the circle of
And
shame.
since they can't overlap in
Yeah,
the
me.
same spot, some of them are not going to make it out. It's just not possible.
Move in the line.
Jimbo, what's their movement?
They have 25 feet. The regular ass gnomes.
But they can't share spots.
This is your circle.
Put it in here.
So much fun.
It was closer, weren't
I think it
So-
is alligator.
And that was
So they
after
could have
Will
they could have
moved in.
marked linearly that way.
So,
But they only have 25 feet, so some.
and then some of them would. You can't have two gnomes.
They
in the
weren't
same
they weren't
spot.
all so yeah, but they weren't all like that. Okay, so 25 feet. Fucking alligator. Alright, they came in. I'm not sure where these guys were. And one of them was also force pushed back into the.
Yeah, so this one was open, that's where this guy was, there's one here. Alligator is
they? They
just
were all
outside.
kind of conjoined together, so they were all.
They came in. They marched in triple wide, 4 deep.
3 wide, 4 deep, but then 4 had to get adjacent to attack with melee weapons.
Correct. So 4 were side by side here. This guy got blown back, right?
Yeah.
And then it was a 20 or 25 radius, not diameter.
Yeah, 20-foot radius.
Which means that circle that you're holding is too small.
Yes. But let's just say, assuming that, they could still all
Should
proceed
be
that
10, 20,
direction.
30, 40.
But some of them would be.
So
20.
some of them wouldn't make it.
40.
So they take 2 turns to move away.
Yeah.
All right, fine. So they'll get hit again.
15,
What would the circle really be right there?
5, 10.
Or would it be
It'd
shifted over?
be
just a
larger,
smidgen?
and so some of them wouldn't have even been in it if you're trying to not hit your friends because of circles physics. But
He hit this thing, we're not worried
yeah,
about
we don't care about that.
10, 15, 20, 25. So these guys would be out.
And those guys will probably still.
They'd probably still be in.
20, 25.
So
This
they're
whole
out.
row would be out. One more guy here. He would be able to make it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 10, 20, 30. So he'd still be in it. These 4, no matter where they go, it's also still.
Okay, so the way they do it, they all took their opportunity attacks already. Is they'd head as far that way as they could,
Okay.
and same Z's.
I could say this row and this guy would still be in.
Does
Okay.
somebody get an attack of opportunity if they're running away?
Like we already did 2 people.
So it's not your turn, so you're not moving.
No,
if
not
you have
me.
to,
Not me. Yeah.
Like if they run right past me, would I hit
that's
2 of
that's
them?
I already had you roll, and no, you only get 1. It's 1 opportunity attack, and we'll keep this out because it's 1 reaction per turn
Do you get an extra attack the perk? or-
on your turn. Extra attack is on your turn.
Like the main thing. Yeah, cool.
So I did hit them.
Couple.
Can I see this one?
You hit 1 because you get 1 reaction per turn.
No, the insect life.
Yeah, you hit them again. So what was the damage? You
I get to
hit.
re-roll it, right?
I guess if we don't have it written down, yes, you get to re-roll it.
Well, why wouldn't I get it?
You re-roll for
You would have
for each
advantage.
turn, yes.
You'd have advantage, but you wouldn't get the 2 attacks.
Okay.
I need some details.
Yeah.
So I could.
Here's 2.
Advantage just means I roll.
You roll 2 and take the highest.
Alright, we already counted it up. I'll keep that in mind.
So next time you. That's great, I guess.
And
25.
So whenever you go
25. And they make a save.
The Constitution save.
Okay.
So it still gets reduced even though they're in it. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
You can basically put your.
4 still in.
But I basically wear everything. So.
2 take damage for sure. 24 and 20 total to save. So it reduces, right?
Yeah, they didn't have damage if they fail.
Okay, so it was the guys that were in melee.
Oh,
that
sorry,
struggled
that's
to
loud.
make it, so
Talking.
what's half under me?
20, half 25.
12. Yeah, we're round down.
Those are like his magic items.
Who's up next?
And since they're difficult terrain, can't most of them not even move that far?
It's half speed, so it would take them. Jesus fucking shit.
So they all take damage.
So if you're gonna throw a big ass fucking AOE and you don't even have your own template, fuck you. That's what I gotta say about that. Fuck, dude.
I told you many times it was difficult terrain.
So
thought
yeah, I
was
understand the
fine.
difficult terrain, and I told you multiple times that it's only for movement.
Yeah.
And then I'm over there moving them, and you didn't say anything,
Well,
and now it's done. You need to mind your shit, and you need a fucking template. You're gonna fucking rules lawyer me about shit.
But I haven't even done my shit yet.
I'm
and
not
it's a
trying
bunch
to
of
rule
dice
lawyer
on the
you on this.
table.
I'm sorry, there's 12 motherfuckers he's trying to kill at the same time with a gigantic AOE.
That was the
Pardon me for it taking a minute to fucking sort out.
Did you cast
Jesus.
something?
No, I didn't throw 12 motherfuckers at us.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna have it be fucking
but
easy.
it's my turn.
So the difficult
After you're done sorting your shit out.
Yeah, so, and this. Yeah, no, you guys are gonna fucking pick a fight in a bar. It's gonna be realistic. It's gonna take fucking 12 cops to arrest 4 people.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then I
That's how they do it.
got my spells.
Alright.
That's cool.
So the difficult terrain is just gonna be nullified?
No, it's not nullified. It's just, so it's gonna, they've already taken 2 rounds of damage. I'll have them take another round of damage. Because they would have been in it for another round of damage.
On their turn, I'm going to use their reaction to speak and say, "Hands, bail." And then Fink is going to move right about here.
Difficult terrain.
There's difficult terrain.
Yeah,
So what does that do for me?
Half damage. Or I mean half distance. And he needs to take all the fucking damage from bugs 3 times.
3 times?
3 turns.
It's been a single turn.
He took the damage on the first round.
Yeah.
And then he's in it on his turn.
This is my second turn total in the
In it.
entire
So he's gonna take it again. Sorry.
At the end of this.
Okay.
And it's
So
half
who's gonna roll that
distance.
for me?
Yeah, half
Because I'm
distance.
not rolling damage against myself.
Sorry.
Ooh, I rolled low for this. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Don't mind me.
I mean, kind of low. Like
14.
15 damage.
15 damage, not bad.
I'm coming dual wielding.
Hey, unless he makes a Constitution save throw. That's
What's the saving throw on that?
Your magical.
His spell
Probably
DC is 16.
It might be 17.
It's 16.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
what's how do you calculate?
It's 8 plus it's 8 plus your casting modifier plus your proficiency.
I don't want to use
What's your wisdom modifier?
You want to be on the corner.
4.
So it's 18 or 16, sorry.
Right here and hit both of these.
I got nat 1, so auto fail.
Oof.
So how much damage was that to Fink?
15, and half that if it was a failure.
So that puts me at 42, and then that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
You don't want to pass through that sphere.
I have to. Well, I don't. Is this a staircase here, or is that not?
It's a corner. There's no staircase there. It's a corner.
Okay. Okay, so I can actually get around it
Yep.
and then get in there. And Fink goes to grab Job and Thorgrim, and then I grab Fink and
But we haven't.
and what's
I thought we had a good
You
shot.
get
on
your
these
roll.
guys.
Yeah, probably good. I was about
You
to.
get to roll if you want to go or not, though, because you can go against his word
Are you gonna try and resist me?
You
I'm
can't.
not gonna leave without everyone.
Yeah, you're fucked up if you're gonna leave without the whole group.
They're right there. So
I'm there, I'm
so
right
you're
there.
gonna try and resist me?
I'm right there.
Are you gonna?
They're not.
No, you're
in
not.
combat.
You're over there.
Which I'm gonna move.
So are you resisting me? Are the two of you going with Fink?
Is he your character?
Fink? No,
Fink's
Fink
his
is
alligator.
my mechanical alligator who's grabbing at your feet.
That's your only move?
I said, hands, bail. And then I ran up. No, that's my move. I haven't made an action.
Oh.
Are you gonna go to a different plane or
I
not?
would never run from
No,
gnomes.
Tar's not gonna bail.
So you're gonna bail? So you're not?
No.
Are you gonna bail on the whole group? Are you gonna bail on the whole group?
I just have a
Are you
question.
gonna bail?
No, I have a question.
Okay, so-
Is my did they take full damage from my? All of them take damage from the insect plague? Do they all look bloodied or
These
what?
four
Like,
aren't
what's-
needed.
And I'm about to do it.
You have
'Cause none of them have died. Not a single gnome has died.
Because I haven't completed it yet.
I do.
And
There
I'm
are
about
12
to.
gnomes. I don't like fuck all damage to them, 30 something, and nothing died.
And I'm close.
And there's 12 of them
That's okay.
that
They're
have dealt
armored.
over 30 or like 20 something each per turn.
Yeah, and
Is
if
Tom
we
finally
all
giving up?
leave, then we're going to have
So the four
three
of us
members
leave
of our
in one
party.
turn. I come back and get the rest.
because some of them weren't even
But
all
will
in it.
he actually do it? No, I'm kidding.
I know
No,
some of them
he literally has to.
Single
Tar
turn
knows he
also.
has to.
Even without
Okay, well-
the like
If
or
you
even
do,
with
I'll
the
hold them
terrain
off
that would
until
make
you come back.
20 feet.
Yeah,
Because I'm gonna do
Because they're all
will.
marching
I am
in,
gonna do will.
like
I have
on
a
march
30
to march out.
foot
because
It's like
Bronny's
a whole-
just like
She's just
it's like a
trying to
phalanx,
there.
but
She's
You
standing there, but I
left.
came in.
you had
Like
left and then
mages
walked in.
and
I came in because I heard a
Resource.
gunshot. You like started going off, Tom.
Tar's
I
going.
couldn't tell if you guys were holding your own through the bugs.
So
Tar's going. Tar trusts you.
you're coming with me?
Oh, there's a
Tar
few guys
trusts
who
you.
are fucked up,
Thorgrim?
and there's a few guys who
Just
have
go
taken
for it.
almost
Go
nothing
for it.
because
Don't
they've stayed
hold them
back
off.
and thrown
He's
fireballs.
Possibly gonna come back.
What do you think they would have? Let's help.
From there.
They do have less
So,
health, but
if
they've
you go with
taken
him,
like
you'll
fuck
be
all
out
for
of harm's
damage.
way.
Okay.
Sure.
Go with him.
Okay.
I'll do wheel.
You don't think we can beat him? I was gonna smash
Are you
No,
coming
I
with
got
me on this adventure?
Wait, so nobody's.
He's trying to
everybody's resisting?
teleport to a different
No,
plane.
listen, he's gonna teleport to a different plane. However, he's gonna come
I said,
back and grab us.
hands, bail, approached, and I've got my amulet clearly hanging out of my tunic.
And it's like
And
glowing,
Just go with him.
hands.
and he's like,
We've
I'll
done
kill
this
the gnomes
before.
if you go with him.
Do you want to veil your dark spot?
No, we're not stoked.
yeah, you're
Tar grabs
fucking
his
killing
hand.
for this
You're the
table.
one who fucking
You're
killed
fucking
him.
killing for this table. Are you leaving this table?
Nobody's stoked about this table. I grabbed his hand. We're
I'm
leaving.
a long way for this
About
corner.
this
Just take the hand.
I have all intentions to stay at this inn all night.
Are you
for my
gonna
long
die on
rest,
this
damn
hill?
it.
So you're
Are we gonna
fight
die
with
on
me?
this
Yeah,
hill?
I'm gonna stay.
He's gonna die on this
so
table.
Fuck.
Fink goes to make a touch attack. Well, I guess that's a dex save against my fucking
So roll.
touch attack modifier with Fink.
Are you attacking you?
Yes.
Simon?
Oh, he's trying to teleport.
Make a dex save.
That one.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay, Fink grabs you, and then you get to make a wisdom save against 17 to not get teleported.
Well, I have a shot.
Pretty good. +3.
Oh
He
god.
doesn't have a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom might be onto something here.
Okay, and then I have to make a DC 15 intelligence check, or this goes to shit. That's 18 plus 5. We're good. And we go to... I didn't even think this out.
Oh my god.
Boob world.
What's Jamaica on planet Earth like?
Well, a different plane. So,
Celestia?
Let's go to an airplane.
I am going to go to... What's the elemental... Or not the elemental,
You've already
but
been to the city of doors.
the outer plane of...
Bring up the map.
of neutral good.
Jesus is playing, bro.
No, it's not neutral.
I'm neutral good.
Plains of
Pretty
Oh,
sure
I'm
it's
chaotic
not
neutral.
No. Fuck all that. the Outlands, which is the area around Sigil that's not part of the Spire.
Okay, so the Outlands, not Tidespire.
Yeah,
So it's like Ever something, Everclear.
Yeah, yeah. So specifically though, the location is just like this seemingly random hot springs that I've been to.
Roll a D100 to make sure you can get there exactly.
I got you, bud.
So
And then if
because
it's
I'm
awesome.
okay.
Well,
It's
like the thing
because
is,
I
like,
made the intelligence check, but yes, I will roll it. That's a 14
14. That's some pretty.
on D100.
Yeah, that's pretty low. That's good. Okay.
It's low good.
But it's if I miss the
I don't
in check,
remember.
it goes to a random location.
Yeah. Well,
But-
there's also like it's a hot spring, so make sure it's not occupied areas.
Seemingly random, but I've been there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So making sure it's not occupied because it's known. So, all right, cool.
So do I get there?
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah. So we just show up in this like sparsely wooded area with like
I have a voice
um
on the computer.
some various pools
We're
like
still in combat.
inset into like this barren ground, and there's steam rising up. And are there any other people there?
I'm gonna
I got
just roll
teleported with
a
you,
luck
right?
for you.
We're still in combat.
No, there's no people
What?
there for
Have
you.
my tea.
If you had it in your
I
head,
don't
yeah.
know. I'm
Well,
not
yeah.
DM.
Against your will.
Probably better make sense to
So it's called Excelsior. So you're at the Excelsior Hot Springs,
I got this.
a ways away from Tide Peak.
I'll come back out.
Awesome.
Tide Spire, sorry.
Is there anyone else there?
No.
What the hell,
I rolled a luck for you, and you're
I was
lucky
killing
there's
those
nobody there.
stupid gnomes.
Okay, that's the end of my turn entirely.
Okay, it is now
After some fighting.
Thrognar's.
They're in.
That's what happens when you have an
they're in
amulet
a
like that.
different
Yeah.
So you can't really do anything. You can get Nanky and get in the hot springs.
Sounds good. I'll fat chunky dunk in there.
Oh, you're there too?
Oh yeah, we're chilling. I'm drinking my tea. I'm kicking back. Like, all right.
Oh wait, we all left?
No, I'm not there.
We're all gone.
Yeah, all
Alright,
the
so,
guys. All the guys
stop.
decide to get naked in the
Oh,
pool.
Ronnie, you're next.
I wanted to kill them.
Alright, Ronnie, so you're behind the bar. You just watched all your friends disappear. There's no longer an insect plague.
But you need to start
You
doing
made me stomp on the cellar door to alert me that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let stop no. She needs to come out now.
So yeah, there's no more insect plague and a
No,
bunch of
I'm gonna-
fucking
I'm
pissed
gonna
off
make sure.
gnomes, and they're kind of training their rifles and magical powers and kind of walking towards Rosalind as she's the closest seeming combatant.
Yeah. So, does that mean I get to go?
Yeah, well, you were standing
We're
right
waiting
next
for
to it, so you
Brawny.
just, like, stomp
So
on
nobody's
it.
really attacked you yet, but they're kind of like you're the closest looking combatant as you've pulled both your swords out.
Well, I mean,
and
that's
you're
just
looking
like, you just like step up
to
and do
start a
that,
fight.
and
But
you
what you
do
see in front of you when it comes to be your turn, which is going to be after Brawny, what you're going to see is all your friends are gone, Giron's gone, the alligator's gone, the insect plague is gone, and there's a bunch of pissed off midgets who were just fighting them, and they're looking at you because you've got swords out.
Okay.
They haven't attacked you yet.
Okay. That's fine.
Brawny, it's still your turn. So you have an action, a bonus action, and
Don't go
movement.
too far.
I need to just kind of kick the cellar door. Let her.
Just kick the cellar door.
Okay. So you hear a familiar boot on the ceiling.
Okay. So I'm gonna pop out and see what's going on and.
So climb up on the bar and make a perception check. Plus wisdom.
19.
So yeah, your friends are gone. You don't know how or why. And there's a bunch of pissed off kinsmen rounding, looking at Rosalind because she's got both of her swords out. And
Don't worry.
Everybody's gone.
Don't worry.
Okay, so with my action then still, I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb of Acid on.
So you're gonna attack all the gnomes who are doing
You're
nothing.
not in combat.
No, no, no,
You're
No?
literally not even in combat.
Don't do it.
No?
Nobody's
Okay.
fighting anybody right now. They're
Okay.
rounding looking.
No one's in
Don't do
combat.
The only reason I'm not having you start this shit all over again is because you took your action to make a perception
I
check.
literally have a plan. Don't do it.
Okay.
Shut up.
Use your
You're not in the lane.
Let the hate.
And you're not
It
the
is-
My ass, killing my own people.
It is now your turn,
Fucked up.
Rosalind.
Okay. I'm just gonna like drop my swords and be like, why are we fighting? And hold like a 200 thing or 200 pounds of gold in my thing.
The
200 pounds.
Yeah, or 200 gold in my thing.
So the leader, who's like wearing a helm,
Let me
and
handle it. You're not charisma.
he seems to be the less beat up of all of them, but he's got a great sword, and he kind of approaches. So just take that corner guy and march him.
This guy?
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
That's totally
Relax.
fine.
Why are your friends attacking us, Outlander?
I have no idea.
How
The
dare
one in
you.
the cloak is not really my friend. He seems to think this thing of Evis. I don't know who that is.
I'm not in the
I'm just
cloak.
trying to. I don't know what the fuck you're
He's
in,
in
okay?
jewel
Full
full plate.
Okay, the guy in jewel full plate. I'm just trying to
He's in
stay
shiny
peaceful and
golden
rest.
paladin
We
armor.
heard that your friends
Again.
killed one of our kinsmen
A cleric.
over a
Cleric.
fucking table.
I honestly don't know anything about that. I was outside the bar.
Well, you were pretty hot to trot with those two swords.
I dropped them just so that way I could talk to you.
It's a very wise idea. I might have to ask you to come downtown and answer some questions.
That's totally fine. I'll do that. I will do that. I'm fully compliant. I'm here friendly.
She's resisting.
That's fantastic. All right.
6. Wait for madness.
I have
All right.
personalized
So
movement.
it would be Tar's turn. Now it's all the gnomes. They have calmed down. They're starting to like bandage
Fuck
each
you
other
guys, I
and do
got
med
this.
kits. So we're going back to
I didn't
Giron.
mention
It is now your turn. I'm assuming you're going to take your turn to reappear kind of close to where Rosalind was when you last
Yeah,
left.
I'm going to reappear, leaving Fink at the hot springs, and just again reappear directly behind Rosalind, and
No, it's fine. It's fine. I
you
calmed them down.
pretty much just use my move phase to
Yeah,
Yeah,
so the
not
way
be
this would go down,
seen,
just due to
if at
the
all
I have
possible.
so due to the order turn, it would go you, all the guys who are not even on this
And
fucking
if we're going to a
plane.
different plane.
Get down to Brawny, who would have movement to get towards you if she chose to. Stoff, who would have movement to get towards you if she has to. Rosalind to
Give me a
comply.
Give me a moment.
Uh,
I need
Then-
my swords.
I
all
didn't
the-
know that.
all the motherfucking gnomes.
You were the only other
heard me
person.
say
Here's the whole thing though, is he's gonna show up and his whole
turn.
turn is done except for movement and bonus action.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
he
he can
can't
only
even do it
close
yet.
the gap. But the thing is, it's literally everybody else's turn before the gnomes go again. So it would be their turn essentially when you get hands on her and finish casting the spell. So the question is, are you guys going to use your movement and your action to close the distance to get to Rosalind, not necessarily knowing that Giron's going to show up?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Can I
So,
pick up my swords before they do anything?
Yeah, you get a movement and all that on your turn.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna lay hands on you, and it's still your turn
Okay.
before you actually
Before
disappear.
you go. Okay.
yeah, and even
Try
not
to my
knowing.
swords.
So not knowing that Giron's gonna show
Yeah,
up,
I'm going to approach the.
so
the
you're gonna
guy
use your
who's
movement
been
and your
trying
action
and, like,
and get in.
calm down and be like, hey, I'm a
Oh no.
Gnome too.
Okay.
So you guys are moving in.
They're moving in.
Yeah, they're gonna use their
Move
did
and
you-
action to
yeah.
sprint.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, yeah.
not even necessarily knowing what's going on, you guys close the gap.
And then I am going to 15 on the dot. I get in there, teleport right here, and I make a stealth check to not be seen.
Please do. 'Cause I just calmed them the fuck down.
+1. That is a 9. to not be seen.
That's
Behind,
yeah. So I'll give you 3/4 cover. So roll that stealth check at advantage. Just entertain me. Just
lower. So it's
Yeah.
9 still.
all right. So not knowing that he was supposed to be looking around and not having a passive perception stat for this guy, he rolled a 13 to see you. So he sees the giant robot man behind. But here's the whole thing. He still has to get everybody in order to attack, and they're all kind of like broken down, like doing bandages, and like, wow, it's fucking weird. Your fucking robot blew our guy's head off practically.
And I calmed it down for you, faggot.
And then now we're all kind of bandaging ourselves up after an insect plague, and now we have to stand in
fire in a building.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, essentially, there's going to be like that's like a surprise round. So nobody's going to be able to do anything. Go whole round robin. You guys all have a moment. The 3 ladies rather have your turns to chat while he kind of like grabs y'all and you disappear.
I'm just gonna pick up my swords. I'm not even gonna chat. I need my swords.
Yeah, I'm
My
just trying
robot's
to-
about to get handsy.
Since I don't really know
That's
what's going on still, so I'm
Get
just
me the
trying
fuck
to
out of here.
stand
I
in
literally
front of
Okay, so
them.
you're trying to
While
talk to the gnome guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starting
What's that
black
sound
and
like?
white,
And then
yeah.
you're just gonna disappear mid-sentence.
Say, didn't I sleep with your bro?
Fade to black. All right, so y'all ended up at the obscure hot springs at Excelsior.
I had all 6 of my dice ready to like triple attack here.
Yeah. This is a perfect time to end.
Yeah.
It is 11:01. Well done, everybody.
Oh, man.
Well played.
That was fun.
No more.
Finally
was
get
awesome.
my long rest.
So they made
Quite
the
late
teleport?
session.
Yeah.
Quite
Well,
literally.
no, I didn't make the last
Yeah,
roll.
hang on.
Do you want me to make that
Yes.
last roll?
No, you made it. It's
Yes.
fine. Yeah, roll it.
That's a 7. I go to. I didn't
Yes.
make it.
Oh man, I'm hanging at the hot springs
On
with
a
your dog.
failure, you and each creature and object within 15 feet of you travel
Oh, and
to
it
a
takes this
random
guy.
destination. Roll a
No, he wasn't
D100
touching.
No,
No,
everything
15
within
feet.
15
with
feet.
everything.
Oh.
It takes
within
that
15.
motherfucker.
So there's some tables. There's maybe a lantern. Like it's
Yep.
D100.
A little bit of the floor.
That is a 43. On a 1 to 60, you travel to a random location on the plane you name.
Okay then.
Oh.
Okay, so you're just
So
a random
still
location
somewhere in the outlands.
on the Outlands.